Oh, it just ends all of a sudden like that. Hmm. I never paid attention to how that track ends. And now we know. All right. Dude, why is it so warm in here? It's like 50 something out there, and I think it's like almost 70 degrees in here. It's crazy. It's crazy. Okay. Whew. I overslept. I'm in trouble, man. I'm like out of sorts. But it's fine. It's cool. You can handle it. You can recover. It's no problem. What is up, everyone? This is Coffee with Soul. I'm your host. We're going to chat. We're going to talk. We're going to look at the puppy. Oh, puppy. So this is the orc character select thing. So I'm giving this one a shot now. And it's almost done. Like I think I think I'm cool with the groundwork. I'm happy with what is there. I just want to add like some more particle effects, notably the sky. So I know I have the picture somewhere. I lied. No, I don't. It's like, so yeah, somewhere here I have a somewhere here I got a picture. So here we go. Here's like the orc starting screen, or the orc character select screen. And like the big things are, okay, you have like the fire, you have the spears, and like, you know, whatever. You know, I couldn't get the right shield, but I got a shield. That's fine, right? You know, you can't be too picky. I got the smoke and all that stuff. Only thing I'm missing is like this whole contrast between like the red, you know, the red setting sun, or at least like how the sun is all like distorted. The sun lighting and all that stuff is distorted because of all the smoke or just like the heavy clouds. And so to achieve this, I had the brilliant idea to use a gray sky, you know, so I have a big old fountain thing back there to act as like the base. And I just have, I'm collecting ochre, whatever. I'm collecting windows. And crap, it's it's like I need to achieve like kind of like this whole nebulous brightness here. But boy, is it hard. Okay, it's not hard. It's just time consuming because I need to do a full run of Cinderbrew, get to the last boss and all that. So how many windows do I have so far? Let's see. I have, if I can find it, something window. Yeah, that's great. Okay, metering ochre window. Okay, so I have how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so I have 9. I think I need another, like, I gotta do another, like, 9 or 10 runs. So that's not so bad. It's just a little time consuming and a little repetitive because, you know, I'm just running through. The real big pain in the ass about running metery is you gotta go, is the first boss has that whole thing where you deal enough damage and it will start a new phase, and then it'll do that phase where you got to go get beer mugs or whatever. You got to throw them at people, so you got to run up and down and over and all that stuff, and that is annoying. That's super annoying. With my damage, I can do it in 2 phases, so I only have to deal with that mechanic once, but it's just annoying. It's just annoying. But yeah, I got to do that thing 10 times. And I think from that, I'll be able to fill out enough space that I want. So I'll be good there. And yeah, so this is basically the shot. And I feel like, you know, I feel like it's pretty good. Yeah, I don't have like the exact horde banner, whatever. But I do have like other flags and whatnot. And then there are spears that I can get. I can get more if I wanted to. The shield is good. The rocks are okay. Not exactly what I like. It's just really like the whole sky thing that I wanted to like nail. But otherwise, I think it's pretty good. And then here's like the shot. Here's like the composition. So here's like, so you can kind of sort of see. Actually, maybe not. I think I have to like go here, and then now you can kind of see like the array of windows that are back here. That are all perfectly lined up, so that way the clip doesn't like look all funny, because otherwise you get like this weird sort of effect I tried darkening this thing up, and it makes the windows darker, which is, you know, kind of okay here. Here's the angle chair. You know, so I have kind of that, but now it looks muted, and I didn't really like that. I kind of want it to come out more, so I have to bring the lighting back to normal if I wanted to achieve that sort of effect. So PvP horde banners easier to get this. Oh yeah, that'd be a good idea. So I can get like a proper the proper banner, but I got a PvP and I got like family stuff going on and everything. I did do some modifications to the to this one, to the Pandoran starting area. So I went ahead and added the extra sky to the top there. I'm not too keen on having all of this show up here, but I guess I just got to kind of deal with it, because that's just you know, the room that I have to work with. So well, whatever. I mean, maybe I can get like a third fountain. Yeah, maybe I can do that, and then just have that be a flat thing. And I don't know, are these even the right colors? Whatever. Yeah, so maybe I'll flatten that out. You know, just take away that corner there, because that's like, ugh, you know. This is good exercise for when you view houses appreciation. No, doing this is fun. You know, this project, I'm having fun with it, because, you know, I'm learning a lot about how to deal with perspective when you have limited space. Because remember, this is a large octagonal room, but that's it. You know, I only have like, here's like the center where all the camera angles are, and I only have like effectively like 40 yards to work with or something like that. So, you know, I'm making the most of it. So I super brightened up the space. That was kind of the big thing. I wanted it to pop more, and the normal lighting just wasn't really doing it. So having it come out like this, I was a lot more happy with it. And then I'm slowly starting on the third one, which is going to be Mechagnomes. So here's the shot so far. Actually, the lighting's all messed up. Hold on, let me make this normal. Yeah, so here's the initial shot, you know, and I'm just getting started with this thing, but where's the Mechagnome stuff? Here it is. So here's Mechagnome stuff. And I'm just trying to figure out how to play with, like, you know, like these larger objects. So like I have two of like these contraptions or whatever, those curved contraptions that are helping there. I don't know how I'm going to achieve this though. Boop. Actually, I think I should just plus. Yeah, I don't know how to achieve that thing back there, because I just don't have enough room. I believe that's supposed to be like a garden of sorts, where like those are like, you know, plants, but not really. But maybe I'll just do plants. Maybe I'll just have actual greens back there. But then that would be very out of character. That wouldn't really work so great. Dude, Sonata, hey, thank you so much, dude. Very, very generous with a big 5 subscriptions. Thank you, dude. Also, thanks to Teddy Tango, who had gave me their Prime sub off stream. So appreciate that. Just got paid for it. So happy. Thank you. That's right. My mom was asking me like, "Oh, what do you want to do for your birthday?" Mom, I'm not going to do anything for my birthday. You guys are flying out, you know, before my birthday anyway. So yeah, like whatever. Pandoran red lights might help. So like those things are like odd. I'll need to find like some sort of object that I'm happy with, and but I think the real challenge will be from working with limited room. So I do have room, but I'll need to figure out some sort of perspective thing, or I'm gonna take these objects here and pull them closer. I might end up doing that instead, because this doesn't look super far, and these need to be like a little bit higher as well. You can see here, these look like little stubby guys. So yeah, maybe if I like the angle in here is all sorts of jacked up. This is not uniform at all. It's just kind of like you know, it's kind of like that energy. So if I bring this up like here, maybe that'll do. Nope. Actually, can I do that? And then that. Not that. Okay, that. Actually, that's all right. And then I'll take this, and this needs to come up too, because I need to have like this big rimmed sort of thing here. And then this part here, that I'm just gonna put some sort of object in front of that, so I'm not too worried about that. I just want to obscure these like just a little bit. So like that. Yeah, so yeah, that works. Yeah, that works. So like here's the shot. Here's that. That works better. So now I have like some room back there. Oh, I have okay, I have a lot of room back there. Yeah. This will give me the real estate that I need. Now I'm kind of like exceeding my stage thing. Oh wait, there's an invisible thing. I didn't realize this thing had an invisible barrier thing. Oh, that sucks. Oh well, just gotta deal with it. I'll put up a fake wall, or I'll put up a wall to kind of direct people. Use the tops of the sides of price. Oh, that's pretty good. That would be a good idea. So if I were to take, oh boy, what are they called? Can I just say prey? Yeah, I could just say prey. So I could use these and then like, I don't need to make them like big or anything. I just need to, yeah, so kind of like that. And now I'll just take these things and, you know, like somewhere back here. Yeah, that's pretty good. And then I can just small them up some. And there we go. It's pretty good. Good idea. Good idea. As for the other fake greens, though, I'll just need to find like some sort of... I'm sure I can find something that protrudes out that's just like a little flap-looking thing, and I can dye that a certain something. And that should work. Yeah. And then out there is like black stuff. So I'll just have like some sort of like, you know what, giant barrels might work. Do I have barrels on me? I know I got like some. Okay, I got like one barrel. Yeah, look at me. So I'll have like something like that, and then that will be like not big enough. I need something bigger. Yeah, that's a bit too small. I mean, I can just grab another one of like these giant doohickeys too. That's no biggie. So I'll have an object for it. YouTube chat can't see. Wait, what? Is it not showing up on there? How odd. Let me say hi to people though, because I haven't done that yet. You monster. Actually, wait, yeah, where is YouTube chat? It's not showing up correctly. Let me see if I can fix that. We still got time before the visits begin. Yeah, it's not connected. So let me... where is it? Platforms, YouTube. Sign in. All right. All right, hopefully that will work now. But let me say hi to people real quick. Hey, what's up to Ravens? You're the first person to say hi again. Wow, another point. What is up to Blywin and Neeb and Arcadius and The Realist? What's up to Kelly and T. Smith? Hello to Sherry Zoda, to Puddle Jumper, Melvenue and Susan Groves. What's up to Darth Tazo and Blywin and Valeri and Melvenue? And I already said it already, but also what's up to Snedro and to Boomer? Hi to Lillian Storm and Arumus and Zarek. What's up to Sonata one more time? Hello to Annie and to Sherry Zona and Neeb. So there, the chat works. Yeah, sorry about that. Usually like that, all the chat stuff works fine, but every now and then I gotta give it like a little bit of a kick to like make sure that everything's in line. So we're good. Thanks for pointing that out, because I there's a chance I could have missed that, and that would have been monstrous. So. You're watching YouTube on TV, but chatting Twitch on the phone. Interesting. That must be very interesting on like the timing of things. And by that I mean, oh man, that feels kind of annoying. But yeah, this stage shouldn't be so bad either because there's like just really big objects to work with, and that'll take care of the 3 things. So what I plan to do is, you know, give this a little bit of flavor. So here I'm just gonna have like, if I can manage it, I'll have like a little table of snacks and refreshments. I'll have like I'll just have like some outhouses or something like that to make it seem like, okay, this is like a stage of some sort. But I also need like this wall. Maybe I'll use like curtains or something, which is unusual, but oh well. Yeah, because you can see here, can't walk through that. I at least want to make potential visitors not feel very confused. So I need like a solid. I don't like these though. These are cool, but aesthetically it's not my favorite things. How do I do this? I mean, I'll just put something up temporarily just as a guide. Interesting though. Didn't realize that this thing was an invisible wall. That's annoying, but oh well. Yeah, so there, I guess. But yeah, I do want it to feel like a stage, right? You know, as if like actors were to come here and be like, all right, guys, let's get ready, and blah, blah, blah. And then like, so they pose and do the thing. And so like, and then someone's here and they take the screenshot, something like that. So it'd be kind of fun. Obviously, we can use the magic of Photoshop and do our own starting screen thing with the actual starting screens. But I wanted to have something a little fun inside housing that would feel sort of immersive. And I think we're doing it. So the vision is coming together as promised. You know, we had our, you know, here's our center spots, and then we have our 3 stages. 1, 2, 3. Nice. So that's fun. But I was only working on that for a little bit yesterday. I did not give myself a chance to work on like the stair thing here. And I feel confident once I get to this, it won't be that big of a problem. You know, so I'm gonna rip these things out and just use like bigger stairs. So it's gonna be this style instead. So I'll be climbing these, going up by a few, you know, and then use a couple degrees each thing as we do the climb, and it should be good. Should be good. Or else. Wait, what's this? Did I? Oh, is it because of the tilt on this pillar, I guess? Take this out. Oh, okay. How weird. Didn't realize there was a little collision-y thing happening with that. Alright, making the other side house. Can I do something like that? Shoot, the whole Dante's Inferno thing from the other week, that was pretty effective from a narrative standpoint. But yeah. Now I wanted to do like this whole like sort of like behind the scenes of WoW, and like set up this whole like stage setup. So any of the weirdness that people will see when they walk in, like that's entirely intended. It's just, you know, you're meant to like sit here on these stools, and then these will give you like the actual shots and whatnot. So that's the whole fun of it. I've had to walk around my house this summer, not today though, so my stomach's being a bitch. That's like saying you have like errands to do with your actual house. Like, oh, better do some spring cleaning, do all that stuff. If you're struggling with doing, you know, that, then is there any hope for the WoW house? I don't know. But anyway, it's Thursday. Hope everyone's doing well. Today's going to be kind of an interesting day for me because I don't plan on doing a weekly. There wasn't a whole lot of news aside from the patch being announced for like a few weeks. So yeah, that's going to be cool. But then today, my niece is doing her graduation, so I'm gonna be yeah, I'm gonna be busy. I'm not even gonna raid today. And then tomorrow, you know, between there being a lack of news and all that, I'm probably not gonna do a weekly. Like I said, there's just not too much to talk about that hasn't already been talked about. And then tomorrow afternoon. So announcement. Tomorrow afternoon, 4:30 p.m. Pacific, I'm going to sit down with Mega Art on her channel, and I'm going to be a guest judge for one of their contests. It's over with the Kia group, and the theme is it's like shops and storefronts and something like that. And they just made like these really cool looking, I think they're mini builds. I don't think they're meant to be like really large. But we're going to be taking a look at those, and I will choose a favorite. Ooh. So we'll see. Go in depth on the choice nodes on the no. No. I don't know if you're joking, but there is no in-depth thing on the choice nodes. That's yeah, no. Still need to fix my nanoleaf shit. I'm still surprised on how expensive that stuff is. Now, the back paneling here, this was not cheap either. Like a dozen panels of these. Well, okay, it was actually kind of cheap. A dozen or so of these panels was about $30. And so I bought like, I don't know, 4 or 5 boxes of these things. So, you know, we're looking at like $150, $200 to fill out like these basically 2 sides of the room and all that. But yeah, I needed something big anyway. Yeah, single shop, size doesn't matter, but it has to be a single one. Okay. Oh, thank you, Cornell. It's cool because the Wild Kia group it's the biggest housing group in you know, in our lovely niche community. They're the biggest, and so I'm still waiting to talk with Tamaria about doing like a group visit. There's like 9 people that have been chosen so far. I went ahead and gave the go-ahead to be like, okay, if you want to do 15 and we'll take up a whole week, then we can do that. So I'm just waiting to see like what they end up, you know, because I told them, hey, just finalize the list and then I'll take care of the rest. But take your time doing it too. Will it be available through my channel? No, it will not. So it's going to be on twitch.tv/megaarts. I think I put it up on some socials. I'm going to do it again. I'll put it on socials again Friday. But I made an announcement over on the Discord channel as well. So, but yeah, I will not be streaming. I am going to be hopping on her thing. So it'll be your stuff. Yeah, it'll be linked in Discord. Can't wait for you to see. No, me neither. Like she showed me the list, and she showed me the channel where people enter and all that. I only took a quick glance because I wanted to surprise myself, and already I was like, this is disgusting. Oh my god. These are way too good. So we'll see how that we'll see how all that goes. I was warning her too, because we were on call. Let me teleport to our first place. We were on a call yesterday because we wanted to do like sound checks and all that stuff, make sure that everything was stable. And during the talk, she was telling me the format of how that's going to go. I was like, wait. Yo, we're going to be here for hours because, you know, you're going to catch me being like every couple seconds, I'll be like, wait, stop. And I'm going to do that every 5 seconds. I'm going to piss everyone off. So you better like prod me along at some point, be like, okay, we gotta move along. I'll be like, okay, and I'll try to be a good sport about it, because you know me, like my style of visits is very much not oh, let's just look at this footage, because that's what it's gonna be. We're just looking at pre-made footage that they had set up and we'll react to that. For me though, I'm like, yo, I gotta turn on the tool and be like and like look at it from all these angles and stuff. So yeah. And the cool thing about their group is, you know, it's not like you must join the group and you must sign yourself over and or anything like that. You can just pop in and enter and participate. So it's very open on that. But yeah, yeah, Mr. Wolf, you got to keep an eye out on when they do those contests and stuff. Sometime I'd like to talk about your mic and audio setup. My favorite headset I've worn for 12 years was redesigned by a genius, and now they hurt my head and ears. Huh. I have a minute. So what I use for my mic, it's an old mic now, actually. It's tried and true. It's been lasting for a while. This is a Audio Technica mic, I think. Yeah, I think that's the brand. I don't know the number or anything. But I use this. It uses, okay, I don't know my terms. I connect this to a Wave XLR, and that is where a lot of the magic comes from. That allows me to do like little tweaks, and that's why the way I sound right now is it's already enhanced by a little bit. So it's made to be like a little bit, just a little bit bolder. Like it's not like, oh, I really sound like that. It's not that big of a difference, but you know, it's a way to just kind of make the voice pop a little bit more. That does a lot of the work. So I would advise considering investing into that. I used to use a USB mic. I used to use a Yeti, and then I was like, you know what? I want to get a little bit more out of my voice. Yeah, because normally I sound like this. All right, yeah. So, but now I sound like this. Yeah. Now I sound really manly. Raw. Okay. Let's get ourselves ready here. So we're gonna be looking at our final 5 for this week. Chloe, Rokir, Faroon, Cottrell, and Rubidius. Oh, you got some interesting names. Rubidius. So can you hear directional sounds? No. This one is it's like just up front here for the most part, right? So it tries to not pick up other stuff, but it sometimes does. I do plan on now just a little thing to share. I do plan on picking up a Shure mic. There's a slightly newer one that came out. It looks like a little stubby guy, like SM7, I don't know, something like that. I do plan on picking up that someday, but I've been saying that for a few years now. I'm like, I'm just going until this thing breaks, and it hasn't broken, which is great. Thank God. Mics aren't that cheap. This one was about like $150 at the time. But I'm cool with throwing down. Like, if someone says, dude, this mic, it's like amazing, and it's like $500, I'll be like, let's go, and I'll try it out. We'll see. So where is it that you hear from? The mic itself puts out the sound to you, or speaker somewhere? I'm using a little earbud right here. This is from Sony, and I forgot the name, which is extremely helpful. What is this thing called again? Sony? No, I forgot the name of this thing. Accent? No. Crap. Okay, I got a Sony RF earbuds. And they're not cheap either. Can I like see the name of these things here? Okay, Dub F. Okay, they're called the InZone buds. There we go. So the cool thing about these is it's not Bluetooth. It uses radio frequency. So it works in real time. Or there's no latency, basically. So if I'm doing editing, that's very important. Because if I use Bluetooth wireless things, it would be like literal garbage. I'd be like, no, I can't do that. So in this case, I'm using one earbud, so that way I can hear stuff downstairs or whatever if I need to. And that's it. And it's great. So, love it. Had no idea the sound to use in here. Yeah. So that helps a lot. Um, this thing, it lasts. So I'm on all day, and for the most part, it'll last the day, and then got to charge it. But if worse comes to worse, if I'm constantly engaged with something, and then it will run out of battery before the end of the day, and so I'll just switch to the other one and let the other one charge, and then it charges like pretty quick. So, yay! Anyway, shall we get to business, my buddies? Yeah. Oh, but yeah, happy to answer questions and all that. So, yeah, no problem. Love these, by the way. Fantastic. Please don't lose them. Because, yeah, how much are these? I think I paid like $1.50 or something like that. $1.79 according to like a couple of sites here. Actually, so it shows as $200. Crap, that's a lot. All right. I hit little treats. Okay. All right, folks, welcome to Chloe's. Oh, no, I'm not recording yet. See that, man? See that? See, that's what happens when I just wake up, man. Oh, boy. Hammer. All right, folks, welcome to Chloe's Place. We're over in Razorwind for a change. And we're presented with what feels like it's very fenced off. There's like a lot going on just right up front. So there's the house. And then we got like a lot going on over here too. Things are sort of like walled off. So if we were coming through, we're in the elevated part of Razorwind, the affluent spot, as I'm going to call it. Or at least it feels affluent because you're going down the street and all that stuff. And then you're walking by, you're seeing these high walls. You're like, oh, someone's rich. They want their privacy and all that. Which, hey, you don't have to be rich to like want or desire that sort of privacy. But let's head on inside. Houses to the left, and we have like this curious attachment because we have like the okay. I don't know if it's an attachment actually. Well, let's look at this gazebo setup that is very, very closely. Okay, it's acting as the entrance. Okay, so it's acting as like the hood as we enter the home. It does feel a little. It does feel like not so out of place. Like it's doing its best to like match the style of the rest of the house. So good try on that. But let's turn around here because we have this great elevation. Boop boop boop. Oh yeah, this place is made for. How do I want to phrase this? Just like lots of socializing at an industrial level. So folks are just like piling in. Like everyone wants to show up here because they have like the best outdoor sandwiches that they have made. Oh my god, this is like fantastic. And so here we are. And funny enough, this is against the wall that I was talking smack about just earlier. Happens to be the back wall for this outdoor kitchen setup. And of course, we're going to make like cool stuff, sandwiches, salads, things like that. I think we're missing a grill though. Yeah, no grill out here, which I imagine is what they should put here because all of this here, ooh, this is chomping at the budget. Big platforms, Lordaeron fences all around the spots, and full table setups. These really start peeling away at the available budget. And so in a few short weeks, 12 days from this recording, we're going to have a new patch. We'll have these extended budgets, which will be very helpful. But they still manage to have fences all around the spot. Even though, we're on an elevation. Remember, this is the elevated part of Founders. Oh, I'm sorry, of Razorwind. This whole spot is an elevation. So if anything, this fence is not meant to be like a privacy thing. It's meant to be like, no, don't go too close to the edge, buddies. So if anyone has like stray puppies or like children or whatnots, you don't want them like going too far because it's a long way down from this spot. So, really good initial setup though. I like how tight it is. But they still managed to add so much. I'm very surprised that they were able to cram this much in with the available budget. Because again, platforms, fences, greens as well. It's not just the hostas, but they also added some additional flowers there too. So very budget friendly, as it turns out. So let's head on inside and see what adventure awaits. Okay, so I'm kind of skimming here. The house is pretty much a big circle. You can choose to go left or right when you enter, and by the end, you'll end up back at the front door. Very convenient and suits my taste just fine. Excellent. As soon as we come in, we enter the beginning of this donut tour, as I'm going to call it. Very nice presentation right up front. Family portraits. Really bright setup, too. I think it's okay between the chandelier, the two lights here, and also the lamp. That's how you get like this really, really bright glow. And okay, like Rufus is like fixated on the fronts there. He's staring so hard. So we have like this really nice pink setup. That's for pink dressing, I should say. I believe that is the I forgot what it's called, natural rug or elegant or something. Natural. Okay, I got them both right. Naturally elegant doormat. It has like a cute pattern to it, and so bringing that in and having it just kind of like clip through some of the other bits at the core gives you that nice clean look here. Cute stuff with the window / painting illusion. That's adorable. Oh, they did it twice. So maybe we'll see that all throughout the space. But yeah, cool stuff with the pink setup against the darker brown Belmeth wood, to make that sort of contrast. Now here we kind of shift a little bit. Now, of course, over there, heavy with the pinks and all that. But here we have this kind of like lighter bluish sort of setup. Very spacious room. That feels intended. It kind of, sometimes I'll say something like, oh, they're leaving a lot of space here. But I feel like it's intended to just give a lot more depth into this presentation here. So it makes for a great shot. Notice how the walls are also given that sort of like light blue teal treatment. Really neat setup here. Check out the countertop that has, hopefully that's not real water. Because it's like, oh man, how do you clean that? But yeah, really cute with how that's set up. Oh yeah, the tons of shades and curtains and whatnot. Yeah, it does a good job of not exactly telling the story, but then it's like, okay, guests are here. Let's put these curtains up, invite folks in. But then when everyone leaves, it's like, okay, let's just go. Let's turn out the fire. Let's close these up. We'll just have it be normal, and we'll just do our normal thing. But yeah, great work with like this social spot here too. Very high. Okay, Rufus is like, okay, it's a very high cabinet setup. You like that? Little place to sit, relax. Yeah, again, very social spot. I could feel like some echoing that's happening here as folks are like being chatterboxes and like doing their thing here, and how the acoustics would sort of bounce off a little bit. But now we kind of just like turn our camera over, and all of a sudden we have this like fierce, this really, really like strong pink flavor here. At the center of this, in this spot, we're pretty much being directed over thanks to the ethereal contraption that sucks in energy. It's as if this room is sucking in every ounce of like pink energy and bringing it into here, and it's like, it's mine now. This is like the pink singularity. If you wanted to have something like that, really heavy with the core. Yeah, and not even and without any like personalization here, so it feels like it feels like it's like sucking everything out. But then the theme changes once again. So now we have like this kind of, it's a very interesting contrast of a void theme here, because it's void decor, but it's not trying to It's not trying to do what this room's doing. It's not trying to, take in the whole space. But what we have here is like this cool little social spot. You know, using the barricades as like the back frame for these couches. You know, they made the cushions sort of match together with it. And then you have like this kind of neat rounded setup. Yeah, that's cool. And it also happens to be a bedroom. So it's a walkthrough sort of bedroom. And the kit bashing on this thing is pretty sick. So check it out. We got bench number 1, 2, and 3. It's up to Mr. Snuffles. And then we have like this other bench right here. More benches, right? It's cool. People love this bench. There's so many versatile things you can do with it. You can use it as wall trimmings. You can use it as like the underside of like a balcony or whatnot. In a lot of cases, it's being used as like beds or headboards or footboards or whatever. But of course, we have like the void trellis. I'm sorry, the void gazebo that's dressing up the whole thing. Now, I was told that there are no secret rooms, right? No secret rooms. Okay, so they even walled up that just in case. Oh, okay, I'm totally ruining everything now. Oh no. Okay, it's fine. We're fixed. Yay. All right. We have some void guards back there. So we do have a bit of a pathing here. So yeah, check out how green that room is. But I first want to go through here. Haven't seen a bathroom yet, so I'm expecting the bathroom. And yeah, we do. So here, I think it's because of the bookshelves that we're not seeing like as strong of a theme. So you see like some of the walls are being colored, but for the most part, it's a lot of the bookshelves that are doing the work at defining the colors of like, the walls at least. Uh, but you do see like some of this color. So I guess we are seeing like these sorts of like different colored themes as we go from like section to section. It's just that one, I just happened to miss it. Very filled out bathroom here. Boop. I'm sure void water is perfectly safe, right? It's all good. And I think is this thing floating a little bit? No, it's not floating. Actually, it kind of is. With the way the shaping is there, it's almost as if it's like a wall shelf or table or whatnot with this double vanity. Neat. Oh, and okay, now this is quite opulent. Check out the void toilet. I mean, it's got to be clean because whatever goes in there just gets sucked into the abyss, right? So should be good. But I like how it all comes together. Now the crates, it's a different style, but I happen to like not notice that right away. So really good job with the coloring there too. But I love this kind of crown to the top there. So imagine this. It's like, yo, can you fix the toilet? Where is it? It's the void room. Oh, crap. Because then you gotta, I don't know, how do you grab this thing? Like the angles are so sharp. Like, do I grab it by like the horns? Something like that. Anyway. Cool toilet though. Very, very cool toilet. All right, so let's check out the green room with some of my favorite decor, troll stuff. Like, I'm just gonna stop here for a second and admire like the craftsmanship here. I love the brushed painted look on these things. It's very, very cool. I love how all that comes together. And you see that throughout most of the troll decor that we're seeing here at Midnight. You have like these really like fine textures here, but we're here to see the whole house. It's just like, I just really like the way that decor is set up. Now here we're going through like this brief L-shaped room. So there isn't as much stuff, but what is here, it just pops really hard. So it's a fun little gallery through like this race. Let's go through the portal and then, it's fell time, baby. So it's kind of funny how we're seeing like throughout the whole house, it's been the deep, dark Belmeth style, and then they dress it up a little differently. So, they could have tried to like shift different themes, like hey, let's go with the stone look or something like that here. I would argue that um, that might be better. But I think the story being told here is like, no, this is in fact a night elf, a Belemeth house. Um, but then they wanted to dress it up with these different themes to show off the sort of contrast. So this is a really cool shot. I really like how all these colors and glows land here, especially with this sort of fireplace. The backdrop of it, oblivion, the unknown. I doubt I can go through it. I don't think there's anything behind there anyway. But they just made it super super grand. They dolled the heck out of this thing. It's like, yo, we got some fireplace stuff. Yeah, let's just put in more. You know, added so much more fire, more torches, and everything. The greens here are captured. Sorry, greens. Like, yeah, somehow they've been captured. Like they were, like it was a person, and then they died, and then they got turned into like plants or something like that. I don't know. All right. Yeah, great stuff here. I almost want to say like, I know they like let's see, did they? No, they did not ask for anything. Okay, so let's keep going through here. We have like some work going on, this void desk. I feel like they're just showing off their prowess at setting up like these different themes and colors. And this is great. So here's another bed of like a similar style. I think there's a like a somewhat different bench setup here, because like this here is using you can see like the effects here. It's this object here, console or something like that. Hollow communicator, there we go. And so they use this as the foot of the bed. You can kind of see it like right there. That's cool. That's really cool. And then who's manning this? Miss Murgle. Right on. And we still got the three bench set up there, and then the additional elven bench back there. Oh, there's two of them. Okay, so they use two of the hollow communicators to give like the additional effect. Yeah, very loud. It's funny because it's like, you know, it's this fell green, but then when you start coloring everything, it has an almost neon glow to it, depending on like how light this all comes out. Cool. And the other thing to point out too is that the fell green, it's coming out on its own thanks to the lighting, because otherwise the walls are black. You know, we've seen other rooms where it's like, okay, let's have green walls, let's have pink walls, and so on and so forth. So this one went, they decided to go black, but they used the fell colors to really do the work. So through this portal now, ooh, Zandalari stuff. Okay, this I appreciate. I appreciate this a lot because they made a distinction between the forest trolls and the Zandalari trolls. Respect. So I think troll lovers can be like, got it. You know, very cool. Now it's also kind of showing like how limited the decor is. There is more, of course. Like there's like a lot of cool Zandalari architecture, beds, you know, big structures. Like for example, like this room. Like here's sort of a fusion of like some different styles. There's some sturdy styles, you know, folk styles. There's like the newer jade statues that are coming from Zul'Aran, but for the most part, this is Zandalari stuff. So you have like this really tight meeting spot here. I like this spot. This spot's great. You know, it doesn't need like a whole lot of objects here. It's very compact, but I like it. All right. So we go through, there's like trees over on this side. And then we cross over to like the future. It almost feels like we're in like this kind of like pocket dimension of sorts. And who's running, you know, who's in charge of the future? Miss Murgles. So these Miss Murgles, they now run the universe. Cool. But now we have like this, okay, this is a really cool setup because now within this little pocket space, we can go off to like that mysterious place, Herondar vibes. We can go here, which is ethereal vibes. Which way do we go? I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not quite sure where we're going in this whole donut, but let's go through here because I feel like notice here, like glyphs, no glyphs. So I have a feeling that this is a section that we're going into. So in this spot, I think we're in like modern times, or we're in the future of some sort. Because check it out, we got some battle stations here. Oh, okay. This is a good chair. Oh, that's good. I dig it. I really dig it. The back of this chair is sick. I mean, is it functional though? Because it's like really tight there. Dude, it's functional. Oh, that's good. Oh, that is so snug. Okay. This is my favorite gaming chair in WoW right now. Yeah. Yeah. Nothing comes close to that. That's really good. I feel for my knees. Details, right? The chair though, sick. Absolutely sick. Yeah, great tower setup as well. This one's pretty extensive too. It's using multiple elven tables for that, along with the classic ethereal box. Here's a place for Mr. Snuffles and all that, and we got our collection of things. Then here's the partner's desk. Same dealing, same box, same awesome chair setup. One monitor though. New to gaming, it's okay. I'm just kidding. Gamers can function just fine with one monitor, but boy, I wish they didn't. Okay, so here we have like this pretty gnarly climb. Boop boop. Same bed setup. It's just that we're in the future now. I mean, this is great from like a streamer standpoint. So like here we are. Let me see if I can get the angles here right. So like, so let's pretend like the person's here. Right, this is very meta now. And then here's like the background. That's a cool background to have and all that. But it's like, would you really sleep here? Nah, you got to turn off all these lights if you want to manage to fall asleep here. Because like, yeah, check it out, dude. You're here. Thankfully, there's nothing right above us, but like everything's around us. There's a freaking void fountain thing somewhere down here making all these particle effects and just making everything even zanier. Man, this is just a fun room. Yeah, this must have been a lot of fun to put together. It's like, because we got this whole gaming wall right at the end here. Nice. And then here's where we like do our quick snacks off camera. And then carved into here in this tiny room, the entertainment center. Yeah, really cool, pseudo modern setup. They're not going crazy with kit bashing. We've seen it. We've seen other builds where they do like this whole modern style look, but in this case, they stuck with a general Warcraft theme. By using like these bigger objects and making the story out of that, as opposed to like doing lots of like tiny kit bashing to make certain shapes. So it's a different style, but this I really appreciate. Really awesome. That chair though. That's a takeaway, yo. That is a takeaway. I gotta take one screenshot of that too. Really good. So here's like the two partners, right? Bethany and Jasmine. They're like, oh yeah, dude, we're hardcore gamers, like crazy. But they're just chilling. Now let's cross over. We leave this dimension and we go into what I believe are actually, okay, is it Gnomish or Herondar vibes? I want to say more Herondar. Because of the flooring and everything. But cool natural setup. This is a neat contrast to the Zandalaria room we were just at. Before we went into like the future and whatnot. Because we had like the whole tent setup and everything. This really tight sitting area. Here though, a bit more of a natural vibe, natural sounds and smells and feels. And then we cross over once again to this other kind of, there's Herondar stuff for sure. But now in this spot, now we're getting kind of a void vibe again, which is cool. Okay, this is a very extensive. Okay, maybe void, maybe ethereal is the intent here. So like this spot, okay, that's a crazy headboard. that's that's huge. Like not only is this like the inside of a bed, it is also like kind of a defensive area. You know, it's like if Herondar is trying to invade, pew pew pew, you know, we can defend ourselves here. Really cool with the contrasting themes. Can't get enough of this. So here, like very similar to the void, to the other void style stuff we were seeing, and I'm guessing, yeah, this is ethereal. So same style. It's neat because we're not seeing the exact same style from every build to from one build to the next, but we are seeing like some comparisons. So like there back there I was mentioning, okay, here's like this really like tight sitting spots between this kind of like gnomish murloc vibe and the troll one, and then here the comparison between the ethereals and the void. So I think that's really cool. That's pretty neat. And then we cross over the threshold once again to what is very, very much Herondar vibes. Huge glows, bright spots, and snackies, right? Very nice. Oh, hell. And then, okay, let's not direct ourselves too fast. Because I was just kind of drawn. I was like, whoa. But love how brightly all this comes together. A lot of it comes from like these like smaller, they're subtle, but these are like small lamps that provide additional glows, little lighting effects here and there, that lend to making the place like really pop. It's just not as obvious, but of course it's like super bright. That's obvious. Then we cross over to what is very much this like super duper blood elf style uh like dining table of sorts. This is neat. Too bad about the clipping. I'll blame Blizzard for that one. But really neat with this whole setup. I like this. It's a cool shape that they put together here. Surrounding the area, this deep blood elf red. Very iconic for their race. And then the centerpiece here, they have this whole gazebo setup. It's not meant for people to like walk in, but it's just this very, very pleasant pink set of roses. It's like bleeding all over the place. So let me try to get like a good shot here. Because again, very pretty. Actually, yeah. I'll start from back here because when I first saw it, I was like, whoa. So cool. Kind of like a wedding dinner. Oh, it is. I know, like for me, I'd be like, okay, I'm sitting here, I'm having my food, and then I'm talking to like, here's like my wife or who's over there, and then I'll see someone over there, and like that's it. I need like an LED. I need like a screen. I need like a monitor here so I can like see everyone else who's like on this table. But it's still very, very pretty with the setup. Now here's something different. All of a sudden we have like this Western style kind of Westfall look, right? I don't think Westfall has cacti, does it? But that's kind of the vibe I'm getting here. With like this one nice little spot to sit in. This looks like a wagon. Yeah, it looks like a wagon. And they didn't, with this sort of theme, it's cool. Check out the stars that are up here too. So it has that sort of nighttime vibe. Um, there's only so much to work with, and so they didn't try too hard to fill out space. It's just like a small L-shaped room. And then I believe we're finishing up because I saw this thing at the start of the build. This grand kitchen setup. Checkerboard. Check out the checkerboard stuff. It's using just the regular stone floor, and then using the platforms as the checkerboard pieces. And then we just have this huge, huge kitchen. It's like a kitchen / restaurant. So like, if we kind of carve things out, you can see like all around here is the actual kitchen area, and then these bar tables are for guests. So if you have like a small group or whatnot, you're probably yelling at each other from across the way. It's like, yeah, we have the better food than you guys, ha ha ha, or something like that. Something silly. But very, very dense kitchen. Oh no, they smell stuff. Very dense setup. We have our prep work here along with drinks ready to go. Dishes have been running. I think they need to buy themselves a new dish drain kind of thing so they can, like, I don't know, empty it out into the back into the sink or have some sort of like tray to catch the water. Boilers are food's going. We got stew being set up. There's our vent to like suck up all the smoke and whatnot. More prep, more places for folks to sit, and then in each of these corners, of course, they want to fill this out too, with additional storage areas. Nice, 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 nice. And then here's like a little private setup, a little booth for just like a few friends. Really cool set. Love the colors too. The colors here are landing like really well. And that takes us throughout the whole donut. Yay! We made it, dudes. Yeah, great, great stuff. Yeah, I really like how all this came together. Strong themes, pretty shameless when going from like one spot to the next. Yeah, just a great demonstration of their ability to create like these really strong themes. Really good. Thank you for showing us. All right. That chair, though. See, again, it's always the little things with me, that really like kind of like stick. Because we see so many like cool things from these builds. And sometimes things are like, of course, sometimes like the whole builds will like stand out and everything. But then sometimes there's like just like these really like a little exceptional thing that makes me go, oh, that's good. Like I see some company designing a chair with a backside like that, and that's the goofy thing. It's just the backside of that chair that I'm like, so memorable. Oh my god! All right, so we're going to number 22. Now the when they signed up, I'm not sure if they DM'd me or not. I might have missed it. The budget on here is only 1,112. Interesting. Very interesting. All right. Okay, so this is, I'm double check, 22 Wavy. Cool. All right. Let me check something really quick. I don't think it was a big deal. And no, good. All right. Close, close, close. There we go. What's up, Magister? All right. Boom, 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 boom. All right. All right, folks, this is Rokir's place. We're over in Founders, and we have this. It's a ramp. I almost want to say it's like a bike ramp or something like that for like cool jumps, but it's not a cool jump. It's going to take us right into the house. So we can see the wooden road that leads us over. But what else do we have out here? The lot feels big, but I think this is because we have like this, we just have like large objects being set up, as a sort of like gallery of things. So what do we have here? We have what I would kind of interpret as, how you see like those period pieces where like, okay, here's like the battlefield tent, and then you have like here's the king or whatnot, and like he's listening to his advisors, the advisors like talk about like, okay, we need to do this, we need to do this, and that sort of thing. That's the kind of vibe that I'm getting from that sort of spot. We also have a mix of collections here. One large structure there. We have a place to like chill, eat. Big beams helped to create like this whole overhang. And I'm seeing demonstrations here. I'm seeing demonstrations of experience. So this is me critiquing without trying to talk smack, right? I feel like this is like, early experiments. This is like kind of a, new builder who just wants to like try out some cool things and they wanted to share. So we're gonna go at it with that sort of energy and be like, all right, cool. So let's see what kind of experiments they have going on, right? The house is raised, but and yeah, house is raised in such a way that they wanted to have like that whole ramp setup going. We got some favorite statues going on, and they did try to demonstrate like this whole climb here. Using these platforms to create to make sense of the elevations that are happening here. It's not just floating like the house is. Ha ha ha. But we do have this climb up, and then we enter the house. So cool. Outhouse is a little too close to the food. Oh, was it too close to the food? No, it's fine. Cause like, what if someone like ain't feeling so good? They don't want to go that far if they want to go potty or anything. I know what you mean, but most outhouses, or at least okay, modern outhouses, they're pretty good about like containing smells and odors and all that stuff. So there we go. All right. So as soon as we go in, we have a couple things set up here. A little rack to hang our weapons and what have you. And let's see what we got here. So again, I'm coming at this. This isn't. I don't intend to give any offense to the builder, but I'm going at this with, with the viewpoint of this is like early experience builder, and we'll see how things land. So we come in to this kind of like sitting spot, right? We have a little bit of a bar set up starting to come together. Here's like a big meal that's ready for folks. They'll just come right out from this side, pick something up, serve themselves a drink, and then have a seat. Little raised areas to have like as hangout spots or cooking spots. So maybe this is my little private cooking area. But I'm sitting out, but that's okay too. So we have a path that goes that way. That also leads up. We also have that path, including some eating areas plus kitchen, but the unknown. And there's more there too. So I think we'll go here first. Piping leads us through here. Little treasure, boop, grab that. And as we continue the gallery, we have a setup like this here. So nice start. So I'd say this is a good start as a complete piece. It almost has that vibe. If I pan out, it's like we just moved into the place, came with a fireplace already. Let's just kind of get ourselves situated, give ourselves this opportunity to be like, yes, I am here. I live in this spot. Boom. So I'd say that works really well as a complete shot. The deer is cute. The deer's being encouraging. He's saying, you got this, dude. You got this. So we get to the top here. Ooh, they threw down for some of these paintings too. We've got to acknowledge that, because those paintings ain't cheap. Got some smaller setups. It has a very artsy look of like, okay, we're going to use this whole wall panel to frame this one picture. But it's not even that big. It's all right. It's totally fine. But it's not even centered. It's all right. Don't mess. Ooh, check it out. This will always be one of my most favorite decor in housing, period. It's just, it just commands the entire room. Oh, okay, there's a lot going on here. Oh, this is neat. This is a cool setup. I'd say like if they wanted to, I don't know if they're here in chat, but if they want to, just change this whole thing. Go to customize mode, change this into stone panels and whatnot, set it to generic, and then the vibe will shift. Boom, just like that. And like this thing will loom even more. It'll make these guys pop as well. And what is that up top there? That is it is a chandelier of sorts. I couldn't tell. I couldn't see the fire from up here. That's cool. I like how that kisses and comes together. So yeah, easy potential for that room to be like super epic. They just got to change them walls to stone. I think that'll do it. So let's go ahead and retreat back some. Back through the happy deer, the ethereal piping. Here we're in the main room. And now we're going into like that kitchen and dining area that we saw. So here we go. What do we got in this room? So they did this carve out, or there's like a small room back there. So it's a big pantry area that we have here. Here's the cooking spot where all the things happen. Serving area. Looks like we got a trophy room back there too. Can I just like cheat and go back here? Yeah, I can. Woo! And what do we have out here? Foresty area. Okay. So it's this kind of, can I get back in? Okay. So here we go with, there go at an outdoor spot. I think this works. I like that they did the whole open window setup too. Never mind that I walk through it, whatever, a small detail. But you can see, I can definitely feel the effort here with they took this opening here, closed up the spot with beams, and I'm not sure what that is. That is so with several beams that they had on hand, threw whatever greens out there. They also had like the regular moonwell to kind of bring things down. So good demonstration of using advanced mode. I mean, we saw a little bit of that in that big old room with the troll stuff, but we're seeing more of that being done here. So, good demonstration of bringing the lighting inside the house. And of course, with the kitchen, we got to have like that big old spread of foods. Everyone's lined up. Huge table. Very nice. Trophy room. Okay, so here's a very strongly themed room as well. Table. We also have like these void tables, with the whole animation spot. I don't know if they intended to, because you have like, okay, this is the one. This is the one that is just needs to be like turned around a little bit more. And then they can have this cohesive like flow, the animation that comes out in that one direction. Otherwise, awesome trophy room. And then more can be added as soon as there's like more prey stuff that comes out. Cool. I can see all that coming together. Whoop. All right, so got the kitchen spot, dining room, trophy room, and then we have this kind of embiggened portal that'll take us to blood elf stuff. All right. So we'll go through this transition, and it looks like they put up these walls too. So whatever this room was, they turned it into an L-shaped room. That'll take us through what this kind of blood elf draconic room and into a library. Look, books. That's not suspicious at all. And here's the boss's chair, the way I'm seeing it. This is their chair. They are the boss of this house. This is theirs. Straight up doormat and all that stuff too. They can enjoy their tea, have some drink, enjoy the warmth and the current solid. Oh, interesting. They set up rocks here. They wanted to have a rocky roof sort of setup. All right. Now, they said that there are 2 secret rooms with bookshelves. I think I found one. And what do we have? The fell stuff, of course. Gotta have the evil stuff somewhere. Happens to be here. They just stuff it with whatever evil stuff that they happen to have. But also note, so we have like a little bit of overgrowth coming out here, as if no one's really been here in a while. So I don't know if they wanted to also enhance this a little bit with like cool spider webs and whatnot to give it like that whole like not mysterious feel, but that whole not, no one's really been here in a while. It's kind of creepy, has this kind of like dark mood to it. Like those things work great. And they said that there were 2 secret rooms with bookshelves. So I only found 1 so far. And I believe I hit a dead end. So let's do a quick backtrack and try to find ourselves another bookshelf. So going around here. That's the front. Oh, dude. I totally missed it. All right, let's take a look. Yikes. Good going, buddy. And so now, okay, wow. Okay, this room feels quite complete-ish. Yeah. So we have our sitting spot. We have our vanity and everything. Here's our place to sleep. We have the soft glow of the ethereal portal, which is like, it's funny because it's like a soft glow, but in real life, this is electricity stuff. It pops. It's different. It has a flicker to it. So in real life, this would slowly drive us to total insanity. If we were trying to like go to sleep and then we have like these sorts of pops happening all the time, that would drive us nuts. So I have a privacy screen here, but if we want to access it, we can go through this door and we enter the bathroom. All right. Shelf for stuff. Hop in, do our thing, have ourselves a read. Awesome. Yeah, so they're setting up those vibes. Great. No potty, though. It's all right. Potty somewhere. Let's go through here, and we have like this mysterious treasure chest. Oh, and one little effigy-like thing. So are they perhaps a Death Knight? Because I haven't seen a whole lot of like class-related stuff. I think this is one of the few things that we're seeing here. So perhaps they sport a Death Knight. And this is like their little shrine. Cool. Cool stuff, dude. Very cool stuff. So like I said, first builds are a series, and even my first build, it's a series of experiments, giving things a try, seeing how things land. And so I hope like the feedback that I'm giving, isn't discouraging or anything like that. We've seen lots of different sorts of dining setups. We've seen all sorts of trophy rooms and all that. But I think that from this come some cool ideas, such as, hey, these tables are really cool as floors. But what if we made, instead of like 1, 2, 3, 4 of these tables, what if we had one that was like super big, something like that instead? How would that come together? So there are a lot of cool ideas and experiments to try out, and I'll always encourage folks to keep trying things, because you might be surprised with what comes together, or you'll complete a build, or you'll complete like a certain shot, and then later on you'll be like, oh, what else can I do with this? Or maybe this sucks, and maybe I'll like try something else because someone said something, or you might have seen something, and then it starts to inspire like these changes and whatnot. So sometimes it just starts with throwing stuff down, expending whatever inventory you have, and then from there you just kind of like sit and be like, I'm gonna make a sex dungeon, and it could be whatever you want, like whatever first comes to your head, which isn't projecting at all. So whatever you like. Well, yeah, thanks for letting us visit. All right. So that was 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2. So I think we're doing Cottrell's next. No, we're doing Faroon's next. Yeah. Faroon, then Cottrell, then Rubidius. Let's roll. Keggertown. I feel like this is a good comparison to how we all started before we know what we know about house. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, I feel like channels like mine are, we're comprised of like the 1%. We're folks who are like obsessed with building, and we love looking at stuff and looking at galleries and all that. And there aren't a lot of people that do this, trust. But I also want to celebrate that too. So, Bum, 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 bum. Uh, uh, uh. Rule number one: don't resize items. That often changes how they look. I don't know if I have any rules of housing or whatnot. I think the well, if there was a rule that I would have, it would be to just put something out and then and then just kind of like let that marinate for a bit, because then you might be like, oh, what do I want to do with this? What if I do this? What if I do that? So just have it out there, ready to manipulate at first, and you might be surprised with what you come up with. Morning, Miss Annie. That's super early. Christ, dude. Child and family invite friends, guildies, neighbors to have their opinions, and the neighborhood quest, especially this week, you end up sometime in an amazing place. Like, we are our own biggest critic. Like, I will have something and I'll show people, and then people are like, oh my God, that's amazing, and blah, blah, blah. And internally, I'm like, this is the worst. This is terrible. This is, I'm missing so many things. What are you guys saying? Like, are you guys just gaslighting me? Um, but no, I get it too. Like, um, with the whole self critique thing, folks might be putting their own thing together and they'll pour hours into it, or we don't know how much time they put into it, and then they'll show us and we'll consume it in just seconds, right? Those hours of work that you put into the thing, people will just look at it in a screenshot, be like, oh, cool, and then click to the next thing or whatever. Um, but given that praise and all that, like it's great and everything, but also, I'm just pointing out, like in the background, or in the back of my head at least, I'm like, oh God, there's like so much more I want to do with this. It's totally not done. So yeah. I recommend them for sign up for a tour. I still haven't. Yeah. Like the only rule that I have when signing up, or I have it somewhere in the form there, is I'm not trying to show off like only the best houses or anything like that. So I'm never going to screen people like that. But I will tell folks like, hey, this is an opportunity for you to show off or whatever. Um, you know, I want you to feel proud of what you're putting together when you sign up to have us visit. And that's it. And then as long as I can see that effort, and even a build like the one we just saw, I can see that effort too. I'll appreciate that just as much as I'll see like something that's like crazy kit bashed together. The difference, of course, will be like, okay, wow, this is a really effective build and things like that. So there we go. All right, folks, this is Faroon's place. We're over at the best. Wow, that's really good. We're over at the best plot in Founders, the Zero plot. And here they like rebuilt the the idea of a Calderai house. I mean, it's a Calderai house, but I don't know what the original build is. It is supposed to be a Calderai house. I can kind of see it back there, but they were like, no, I reject. I will do something better. So what they did here, they took 3 big tents, threw them down, and that's the skin. And so from that, now we have like this grand 360 setup here, which also gives room to add like a whole bunch of greens and other things here. So we'll slow walk it. We'll start back here. Here's like the back of the house. Set up this hooded porch area, which is appropriate because it's raining right now. Very convenient. And a great spread of foods, snacksies, as we observe animal stuff, and it's a great view from out here too. Rufus likes it too. It's like, heck yeah, dude, I want to chase them deer and all that. I'm gonna zoom out a bit. And each of these corners, between these tent structures, lots of greens to fill up the spots, and they even filled out like some more out here. So we got a little baby tent right over here for a little puppy. Oh, so Okay, that's quite rich of them. They got their own doghouse. They have a tent over the doghouse. Why do you have a tent over the doghouse? So it stays dry. Obviously. Gosh. So we go through and oh, just almost missed this thing here too. Yeah, so this is neat. This is neat because we have like this whole plus shape with the tents here, and then they just fill things out. That's really cool. That's a cool concept. And then here's like the front door. I believe that's like a cabinet of sorts. I think. No, it's a two privacy screens. Oh, that's clever. Because you got one right there and then one right there. They boop, they kiss, and then there you have it. That's neat. That's really neat. All right, and then I didn't really look at what was over here. Okay, yeah, just like another way in. Nice. Yeah, great use of the greens and everything to, yeah, super enhance this build. Has a very different look from the sky. So people will like hover over, they'll be like, okay, cool, Caldry house, Caldry house, Caldry house. And then boom, something like this pops way different. It's neat. Mm. So as soon as we go in, ooh, this is a good shot already. Now this is Night Elf. Know what I mean? This thing got dark real fast. We just have like a couple of subtle glows coming from up top here, coming from the basic Moonwell. And then, oh, okay, I like this a lot. We have like these little beds. Bed, 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 bed. That's being used as wallpaper. I like this. Ooh, that's good. Oh, even the roof, or I'm sorry, the ceiling is being used here too. Very creative use here. Very, very cool. So here we have, once again, we have the whole privacy screen being used. And I don't know what this is here. This is also a bed. Okay, that's a lot. Okay, we're going to see a crap ton of beds. Because here we have, okay, I guess I never really noticed how the foot of the bed here has that cool little texture to it. Back of the bed has it too. Neat. Neat. That's a good takeaway. I knew that this was being used, that this would be used a lot, but this is being used a lot. See how it's also being used as a countertop. So like here it is, like right there. How very convenient. Huh. I like that. Very smart. So as we go in here though, oh boy. Wow, yeah, this is grand. This is really cool. So I think we're going into what it's got to be a stairwell room because that's how we're able to fit the scale in here. But we have like the glow of the Arkandor that just, it commands this room. We have a lot of blue lights coming in from this Draenei window too, which helps a ton. I almost think like, okay, I don't know if making them bigger would have helped at all. But it just looks really good. Ooh, that glow comes out really, really nicely. Yeah. Boop. Gotta take that shot too. All right. What else is going on in this particular room? We have like these little indoor gardens right through here. I really like when people use these trellises and make these like contrasting colors, something bright, something very dark. Those always come off really, really well. Very artsy whenever I look at these. Notice too how there's no light that's coming from here. Again, it's really like the Arcanor that's just commanding all the light from here. There might be additional sources here as well that are making this a little bit brighter. There might be, but I'm not sure. Here we have a captured moonwell of sorts. Note again, we have like these beds being used as wallpaper. Same thing here too. That's neat. Freaking beds. And, yeah, we're gonna see these all over the place, dude. Gotta use them Legion resources, It's a lot of stuff. So we're proceeding. Actually, let me see if there was a. So the theme here is the interior somewhat mirrors the exterior. So that's why we're seeing the tent stuff here. Okay, and I expect to see kind of the same thing throughout the spot. So that's cool. That's cool. So we go through, we exit the tent, and oh boy, we are presented with these awesome shots. Oh, this is good. So let me stop right here. Oh, that's neat. So what I like about this is again like the contrast of lights here that we got. You know, it's obviously very dark. But then we have like uh just like these subtle presentations of light popping out like they're stars. So it really helps with the contrast that it's still really dark in this room. The whole spot, I'm going to zoom out right away for a change. So we're going to zoom out and the whole place is like all rocked up. You know, there is no green ground anywhere here. We'll zoom in some and we see, okay, actually there is because we just go to the outside here. That's where it begins. And that's how it all kind of comes together. But yeah, the whole space, whoo, boy. It's like super, super covered. Here we have like a little place to like sit and rest, place to like sleep and everything. And I'm not sure if I can actually like climb up here. Okay, yeah, I can. Yeah, really neat. Really, really good. You have the Calderai arch back there too to help give us that feel of okay, yeah, there's something in the middle, just like in the original, just like in the outside build. Sorry. Just wow though. Lots and lots of rock work that's being done here, as well as like greens to like dress up like every little spot. And it's very consistent. Like we're seeing the duskwood, I believe it's duskwood. Yeah, duskwood greens that are primarily taking up the color here. Because otherwise, if it was like if they used like too many different colors, for example, like there's some brighter greens here, which is fine. But having too much of a contrast, it would feel like kind of disconnecting a little bit. So again, good use on using the duskwood stuff primarily. Here we have like this little nook, and we cross over this stable. This was a shop item here. So very cool that we have like this little climb, and it's being led into this spot here. Every corner has been covered. So you know how sometimes I'll be like, okay, from this angle, this looks great, and blah, blah, blah. Now, this is made to be explored and walked through, and every shot, oh, check that out, dude. Oh, so good. Like every angle comes out really, really nicely. Yeah, this is really, really good. Great, great garden. Yeah, folks can go through here. This is the kind of place where this is the kind of place you take wedding photos at, right? Like here's like the bride or whatever. They're kind of like walking through, and they got like some sort of like, you know, they're doing this like artsy little saunter over or something like that. Really cheesy stuff. Wow, just mm, yeah, like the breakdown. I will not be able to cover this enough, but we'll do a little bit here. Let's check out the fountain work that's being done here. One, two, three, four fountains that are coming down, and different styles too. You know, we have like this. We have this style fountain coming down here. Yeah, because so it comes down like twice, once, and then twice again, and it's being totally skinned too. Notice how you're not really seeing any of the original pieces here, but then here we have a different fountain style. You know, something a little bit different to give that different vibe. At the bottom, you have again one of those shop items because that's how you get the koi down there, and then subtle lights here and there. Like for example, here you have the lamp post that sort of comes out, provides like that soft glow, but nothing like too pervasive. Nothing here is like really popping. Yeah, just it's real, really good. Is this an empty star? No, no, this is a skybox room. So this is the nighttime room. So moon is somewhere up there. Yeah. Yeah, easily one of the best outdoor skyboxes I've seen. Especially for a nighttime room. Yeah, really, really good. And I think we might see 3 of them. So strap in. We're gonna see possibly 3 of them, and then we're gonna rate them, which means one of these is gonna be literal garbage. I'm totally kidding. Oh yeah, let's go through. So that was the main room, right? Yeah, it's the main room. So let's go through this other wing, and we'll see where this takes us. Okay, so in this case, maybe an outdoor room, but so far no. But this feels like this is the boss's room. This is the boss's office. But I wanna peek back here really quick and be like, okay, okay, it's another outdoor shot. Nice. I don't think we'll be able to go back out there. I don't think that's intended. Um, the other day we were looking at a build. It was a very modern build, and part of it was, okay, here's like the boss's office, and it had this very grand outdoor sort of like beach area that was outside. It was very bright. In this case, kind of the opposite. It's very dark. It's very tight, but it also still has like this long walk, this very like intimidating looming sight, because the boss is right there. They're looking at us the whole way through as we're walking over, and each time, every step we take, we become weaker from the whole power dynamic and all that. No, great lead in. We have like all these greens on the side as we walk in. Chemistry set up on this kind of like rock table face here. It gives kind of the impression of, okay, the rocks were always there. We just kind of built around it and everything. Here, not so much. Here, things are like placed down, manufactured, put together, and what have you. And then, of course, the boss's desk, where all their awesome or dark work happens. But let's take a peek out here too. So this is the second skybox stream that we're seeing, and here the perspective is obviously limited. They're using these Nightborn prison kind of things. Here, let me kind of jump back here if I can. Using these Nightborn prisons as window setups, and you can actually see, if with a careful eye, you can see both sides of the prison. Like here, you can see like the angling of like one of the other ones. In other places, not so much, but you can kind of see it. But it's also hard to notice. So instead, you just have like this sort of like mystical window cover sort of thing, and we can let ourselves just get immersed in that. Really good setup, though. Really neat setup. Now, unique in this case is they could have, and I'm kind of glad they didn't. They could have like let some moonbeams in, something like that. I don't think that would have been necessary though. I think it pulls off like a great vibe just like this. So yeah, really, really good. And then we got the third wing, which looks like we're only going to see like one floor. It's almost a shame. Like I kind of want to see more of what they have to offer here. And then here, oh wow, this is now that is artsy. That is very artsy. So kind of like a live monument to the tragedy. Like it's a great shot though, because remember, it's unnaturally dark in here. But the way that these glows pop and everything, oh, that's just really good. Really, really good. Now, I don't know if I can walk through this, can I? No. Actually, I might be able to at least inspect it. Because here we have... Okay, it's that drape. Okay, so I don't know what exactly this structure is. Because these are greens. No, those are leaves, actually. Yeah, those look like piles of leaves. But as for this, I'm not... Okay, I can kind of... Green drape? Platform. Drape, 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 drape. Yeah, I'm not able to click through. No. Yeah, I can't tell what that is. I want to know though. Too bad actually, can I go through a little bit? It's the Monk Fountain. Replica Forge of the Roaring Mountain. Oh, it's this thing. Okay. You know, I had no idea what the name of this thing was. Replica Forge of the Roaring Mountain. I had no idea this is a forge or whatever. But yeah, it's the tree. Or it's the Pandaren tree. That's sick. That's really cool. Really, really cool. I love how this all comes together. The lighting and everything, fantastic. And then here we have like the much softer glow. Top of the arch. That comes in here. Again, very, very artsy with the presentation. That is almost you know, depending on the kind of fandom you are, this is like emotion inducing. Really good, really cool shot. Very well done. Oh, we are going to go upstairs. Okay. Neat. We got more. Woohoo. All right, so we go into this skybox room. Things are looking pretty darn high. We have quite a bit of a climb ahead of us. I almost don't want to take it yet. I'm curious to see if there's going to be like a little bit more to check out. So here, oh, it's the boss. Oh, I've kind of peeked on him. What are they doing? They're working on secret stuff. Yeah, so I'll let them do their thing. Won't bother them. It's like, yo, I put a shroud here for a reason, buddy. But yeah, I think I want to go through here first because I'm kind of, you know, I'm kind of bent on seeing like the whole like tent idea. Okay, so ooh, things got big here. So we've now entered this whole octagonal space, big space. They filled these walls are like caked with trees. Almost as if they want the trees to act as the walls. They, you know, it's not intended to have like an actual wall behind us, but yeah, the construction of all these greens put together, awesome, awesome. So we'll keep going around here. Not sure if we're going to see any secrets back here. If there are, I'm not going to be able to see it because it's too dark. It's kind of how that goes, unfortunately. But they didn't point it out. I'm just gonna run with the fact that there are not any. But yeah, just from this view, excellent stuff. So here we have like our big spread of food. Here is where the guests. Oh, okay. I don't think there's any. There's no boss table of any sorts, but we just have like this cool gathering. A couple of folks on each table to enjoy in this wide space. But back here is where all the action happens. So, characteristically, things are going to brighten up. Can't do kitchen work in the dark, obviously. So we have the whole different texture and structure that's here for what is, you know, the kitchen. Good shapes. We have like all the work being done. Nice little work with the chest there, acting as a cabinet. We got our pantry stuff, prep work. One little pie, oh, delicious pie. Hot food is like kind of ready to go as well. And then back here, pantry. A bit more of a pantry area. Some prep. Of course, we got our coffee going. Heck yeah. Big cabinets for like additional stuff. What kind of additional stuff? I don't know. Whatever. And this is the privacy screen too, right? Not there, but yeah. That was the privacy screen that we saw on the front door. Cool. Oh, cute. Processing. Processing of wine stuff. Very cool. And I'm guessing like over here is where some of the wine is being stored. Some additional storage under those shelves as well. Neat. Yeah, nice, easy setup. Then we have like these drain-out windows acting as skylights. All right. So now, again, back to the whole contrast, things darken way up once again. And now we're going to go this way to what could be an outside spot. We'll find out in just a moment. These shrouds are looking a little bit thick, especially with the glow here. That's making it feel a little deeper. Yeah, so it looks like we are outside. Again, note how deep the colors get, because we have very limited illuminating light here. Like we have the moon wells that are here, but these aren't producing light. That one there does. Something like this does not, though. Same thing with that one. It just provides like this very, very soft glow. So in this case, again, we go back to this whole intimate setting, really dark outside, but the whole place, surrounded by these greens and tents. Tents are great because they're huge. They have like a great shape to it, but they're huge. It does a great job of like taking up like a lot of additional space. In this case, with the skybox rooms, it does a great job of like preserving the illusion with only limited budget. Because otherwise, while the greens here are fantastic, you're like adding a lot of stuff up really fast, including like the greens and the multiple trees that are there too. It's like here you just have boom tent, boom storage. It looks like that's one of the storage things for the Draenei. All to keep that moonwell like nice and safe. And then more stuff. Greenhouses. Another tent for not just to house the moonwell, but also treasure stuffs. Nice. Yeah, great work. It's like a fire pit, but it's not. Totally not fire pit. Now in this case, I can sit and I can converse with folks who are around me. There's like nothing in my way really to prevent me from talking with other folks who are outside with me. So we're going to retreat back and again admire some of the work that's being done here. Really, really fun and creative using the bed. That's hella smart. So here it is again. Bed. Okay. So now we've retreated back into the stairwell room. We're going to take a look at this whole construction here as we're led up. So it's this grand garden of sorts, and very iconic for what we see in a lot of Caldrai homes. We have this sort of barrow den kind of layout where things kind of wind around. We have like these tight climbs, but it's also very open with what we're able to see as we're doing these climbs. So there's a lot to admire at pretty much every angle when we're coming through here. See here we have like some shelf work here, but then we could also see across and like see places for folks to nap, hang out, sleep, chat, have shots, and all that. So it's like this very easygoing path. It's a little unsafe, so be careful. I think we're crossing like, what is this actually? This is the skin of a table. Oh, no, never mind. It's a table. Yeah. And then there's a beam as a trim. Got it. Again, the whole lighting makes it a little bit hard to see, but I prefer to see it like this anyway. So yeah, table, trim on each side. Cool. Interesting too, because this is a floating shelf, which means maybe I'll fall through, but hopefully not. But a book can fall through if I pull one out and then my hand slips, and then I'll feel like a doofus because I think it will fall in the water. It might fall in the water. So, whoops. All right. So now let's climb. We'll climb these wall shelves. Many wall shelves. Past some greens and rocks and more wall shelves. And then that's curious. Now up here we have one very curious yellow light that stands out compared to everything else. So maybe it's because whoever's here, they want to play and they need like a little bit of different illumination for that. But it's also far enough that it's not going to bother anyone either. So if they wanted to have their own lights, cool, they can. We'll go up and around. great work on this. Because I like how we have like a different sort of flow. We climb up, we climb down a little bit. It's not like a whole straight sort of line. And from here, one bed. Maybe the boss's bed, maybe not. Cool work with having the drapes here being used as like, blankets that are kind of like thrown aside. And I think there we have it. Farun, did we see all the rooms? Oh, dude, check out the roof too. Double arches. Oh, that's sick. One arch there, one arch there. They kiss, or at least the top of the whole moon stuff. They kind of kiss together, but then you see like void stuff right there in the middle, as if it's kind of like dancing together. That's neat. Neat trick. See if I can get like another angle of that. It almost has the look of an eye, right? Yeah, like there we go. So like lights, and then void stuff. Yeah, fantastic place, dude. These skybox rooms were just nuts. And again, very inventive use of some of the other decor, like using the beds, using certain lighting coming together. This is like, oh, that's really good. That's really good. If I put it out as a screenshot, like, yo, check out what this person made, and then people will be like, oh my god, they just made the trip. But then it's as a whole, great dedication for Night Elves. Awesome stuff. Thank you for inviting us over. All right. Next we have Cottrell. Let's head over to number 54. Now, if I'm remembering correctly, I think there was like kind of a flub yesterday where they thought the visit was yesterday, because I think they had their guild show up too. And so I felt like a monster for that one. But now we got more stuff going on. All right. No. Again, thank you, Fern. All right. I'm going to check for news really quick. Just really quick. And no news. Good. Any notes? It's our guild hall, an all dwarf guild. Oh, that's dope. All right, folks. This is Cottrell's place. Rovern founders, and according to the notes, this is a guild hall we'll be entering called Clan Battlehammer. They are an all dwarf guild, which already feels like pretty neat. So, how do we have all this coming together? We have already really strong dwarven themes, from the fence post to the branding right up top, to like a bunch more fence posts that are lining the top. Oh, and they're here to represent in chat too. Nice. Now up top here, I believe these are like paladin looking. I think these are paladin altars. The bottoms of paladin altars that are being used to line the bottom of the spot. So it's a very set shape. And so they use like, and then here's like some more of these altars being used. That's pretty cool. That's very inventive. And yeah, they are here to represent. Well done, guys. Yeah, and then here's more of these fence posts that are being lined up. That's cool. That's a very strong bit of shaping that happened here. I like this. I kind of want these make. Wait, where do we get these actually? These are. Okay, I don't know where to get these. Are these cheap? I hope they're cheap. All right. So let's go inside. Once again, fence post, and let's see what we got. And all, I expect many beers in the near future. 250 from Ironforge. You used over 500 of these things. Nice. All right. So as soon as we enter, the expectation or the impression I'm going to have, dwarven home. or a dwarven like hall of sorts. And I think we're already seeing a little bit of that. Oh, that's good. Oh, that's dope. Because they kind of replicated the Freywold sigil right here with beams. Oh, that's great work, dude. That's a great design that was put together. The clipping is mwah, magnificent. No clipping. I'm sorry, there's no like flickering or anything like that. That's sick. That is sick. We have that going on this side too. Very cool. So let's go in a little bit deeper. Check out the branding right there. Oh, even the floors, dudes. Check that out. Oh, nice. We have this whole stripe that kind of cuts through, but strong branding. Oh, that's good. Oh, that's very, very good. Now up here, this might be like, a place for like guildmates to like, disarm, relax, take a load off real quick after a night of killing dragons and PvPing and what have you, as people are like rolling through. Or this could be like the crowd, all the awesome fans that are rolling through as the guild returns home. Everyone's like, yeah, Clan Battlehammer, let's go, something like that. Before they go in and they take a load off. Good energy. Check out the grades here. They could have done this in different ways. This could have been done with Lordaeron fencing. Like that has like this cool look to it. But I believe these are like lights. Yeah, these are lights. But all they took was a little spiky part at the bottom here. That's nice. That's nice. That is a lot of resources. Actually, no, it's not. That's very cheap. But yeah, very creative on that front. Now, there aren't a whole lot of dwarven architecture things. And so there's like again, notice these fence posts. They're doing a lot of the heavy lifting here. A lot of the heavy lifting, as you can see. There's some limited earthen stuff that's being used. But it's almost feels like an injustice that they don't have like a whole lot of these. So they got to be really, oh, wow. They got to be really inventive. And I think they did a great job of this. Check this out. They got this whole like arena set up. Again, check out the branding. They even have accents to their accents. The floor work is awesome here. There's like this climbing ramp here too. So you can see like construction wise, there are certain pieces of the core that are doing a lot of heavy lifting. So again, these are paladin altars. Here they are. That are, the bottom of these that are being used as like wall panels. You have, again, the fence posts that are doing a lot of the shaping, to get that sort of like runic look here. And we see that being reflected like all throughout the space. So we got like more folks from the guild who are hanging out. Maybe we were like observing like, arena fights or like challenges, trials or what have you. And you have like their whole council, like their officers are up here judging people silently. And then back here, I'm going to jump down and take a look at that whole ram head because that looked just crazy. But I want to at least examine from here, like this view. Great view from up here too. So I imagine the guild showing up and like some people, they'll show up and like, this is my spot. And then they sit here knowing it's theirs. That's a cool feeling. That will be a cool feeling when we get like guild halls or something like that. And you can do this thing right now, where you invite the guild over, it becomes a very much a part of the guild. Not everyone does that. Like I don't even do that myself. But in some cases, the house becomes such a part of the guild's personality and vibe and everything that it's like it kind of has this cool feeling of ownership when it's like, okay, that's my chair. That's where I sit, when we're having like meetings or we're just like role playing and chatting about stuff. That's very, very cool. It's something that we haven't really managed to have in WoW up to this point. I mean, you can say that you have it because it's like, oh, we're in Stormwind and this is where I would sit and blah, blah, blah. But no, this is a place that players own, and that's very, very different. So I think we've gone all the way around. Now I want to take a look at some of the construction here too. And it's just a lot of cool kit bashing that's happening here. Again, strong branding uh, for their sigil and all that. Here you got your place to like sort of sit and snack, or maybe this is where like one of their challengers sits before they go into like a battle or something like that. So we'll cross through. We got to check this out. Okay, the ram. Oh, that's good. That's dope, dude. Really, really good setup. Because what we have here, obviously, rocks. Many, many, many rocks to make that shape. Great work with getting that done. Great, great work. It's cool that it also feels realistic because you can see the fence posts that are being used as a frame. It's as if when they first constructed this thing, they set up the framing here first, and then they sculpted everything around it. But then it started off with like this single piece, and that's what helps hold everything together. So, from a fictional construction standpoint, very convincing. Really, really well done. Back here, it looks like we have some meadery windows on top of those Arakoa statues. That's making this whole like fierce flaming eyes. Very, very good. Yeah, admirable work. On the other side here, folks are chilling, snacking. What's this right here? Little artsy piece. Right on. Yeah, the branding here is a lot of fun. This must have been a lot of fun to put together. Gosh. Because like these look really clean. Let's see, is there anything behind here? Oh yeah. Oh, there was a climb to get up here. Oh, look at that. All right. Struggled a bit with the walk check, but we're fine. And I guess this is made to be like a platform for like hear ye kinds of announcements, and then all the guild mates or like all the fans and whatnot. They're like, yeah, let's go. That's neat. That's neat. All right, let's make our way down past the walls, and here's where they feast. Oh yeah, here's where all the fun happens. Nice. I was almost expecting to see a whole bunch of them dancing on tables, but I guess they're highly disciplined here, I suppose. Note the construction that we have around here. We're using like these different wall panels as raised areas. Very, very good. That's very creative because it all happens to come together. Like in this spot, we have this bit of a climb and whatnot, but then they added the climb to make sure it made sense, right? And now we have these floor panels that they can use to line this entire octagonal room. Big old catwalk. That's a lot of gold. Like 250 per panel, right? Boop, 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 boop. Yes, that adds up real quick. So let's pan around. We're seeing again dwarven structures. They're staying on theme, making sure that that everything is like really solid looking. Gotta stay in character. Dark iron chandeliers, dark iron sconces, and hangy things. Oh, dude, okay, I just listened to the vault. I found the hidden vault, the gold, baby. Oh, that's good. That's good. You know what's cool about this though is it's 2026. Player housing is out. It's all kit bashed together. And we still have like this kind of like 2004-ish look. This looks like we've gone back 20 years in time. Because we're using like these older tables, older structures here. Actually, we do see some new stuff. These are a bunch of forks, right? That's hilarious. But the vibe of it has this old feel, but very artsy too. I love the work that they did with using these beams as this kind of, again, this sort of like artsy structure. It's like it's not even, it's not congruent, or it doesn't have like this set pattern, but it comes together extremely well. Well done on this. I mean, as for the vault itself, what pieces do we have here? It's a number of things. Like this is a wheel of sorts. Yeah, it's a wheel chandelier. This right here is a, oh really, is that the bottom of a lantern? Oh, interesting. Yeah, it's like the bottom of a lantern. It's hard to see here. And then these are like what? Okay, these are just like these little studs coming out. Of course, we have the fence posts and all that, and then these are the forks, right? Yeah, forks. These little studs here are also forks. That's cool because these are pretty cheap to get. So now we have like these, basically, we have like these convincing studs. Yeah, those are clean, dude. Very, very clean. Well done. And then, of course, you have, once again, like these just being used in a block formation with these fence posts, and then more fence posts to make that sort of pattern shape. Well done. Well done. I passed by more shrouds, though. So is there, shoot, there might be more. I just happened to like back because I wanted to get like a shot of the the countertop. I was like, all right, let's do this. And anyway, yeah. Again, note how we're using like the older decor all around this spot to give that flavor. But of course, we have like regional brews from all around the land. Nice. Here's what appears to be the boss's chair, and they have their own climb too. Nice. Okay, very interesting. They're using like the hot tub as not a hot tub. They just want to have like something to climb. Looks like there's a room back there. We can make our way up, have ourselves our seats. Oh, they're dancing. Nice. Okay, let me hang here for a second. Let them do their thing. Notice around here too. Again, the trims, the furniture that's being used really brings us back to like old school WoW days. So it's this really nice blend of seeing like these different eras coming together, and it's players that can bring all this thing in. Fantastic. Oh, don't rush. We're gonna do a group shot. So don't worry yourselves. Like you guys will definitely have some additional time under the sun. But the house is the current start. Oh, let me double check. The house is the start of the show. I want to double check really quick if there's like any other shrouds with like hidden stuff. There may or may not be. Boop. Because I got lucky that first time, but there's not. Okay, so there is a room back there. There is a set of doors over there. I think I want to go through the set of doors first. So very, very dressed up with these double doors. Where will it lead us, though? Don't know. Boop, boop. Ooh. Cavey stuff. Oh, okay. I'm getting like Blackrock Depths vibes all of a sudden, dude. So once again, crossing a bunch of these fence posts. And here's like, and to these kinds of fence posts, because these are the fence posts with chains on them too. Right? And as we enter this room, okay, a total like molten core kind of vibe. Oh, dude, these structures are sick. Oh, check out these like kind of effigies. Oh, great sculpture work, dude. Great sculpture work here. They have like the big old dome helmet and everything. Oh, yeah, awesome. Awesome stuff. I almost want to say like, okay, well, like, is there a way to like get like just more magma, dude? We gotta have more magma, more strong yellow lights. I mean, it's got to come from somewhere. Just like jam a whole bunch of like yellow lights down here into the rocks and just make this place look as red as possible. I don't know how to do it, but that would kind of be the idea here. Um, Now this is very neat too. And again, very, very simple with how things are put together. I mean, it is work to do the rotations, bring them up, have them sink in the way that you want them to. But I really like what they did here by taking like a bunch of these fence posts, having two kinds of sizes, and then having like this sort of like negative space here. That's hella cool. That's really, really cool. And but what will it be? I don't know. Oh, you know what would be cool? What would be cool is if later on, once they have the budget for it, because they might not have it. If this thing opened up and became like a skybox room or something like that, or some sort of room, but it had to be tall. And if there was like this whole Ragnaros kind of thing, if they got like a bajillion lava balls and somehow shaped it, oh, that'd be awesome. That'd be so cool. And if I end up seeing that here in this build, I'll be like, ah, see, I told you. I told you. Okay, this is a Longbeards one. Longbeards are in the guild 5 years. Well, that's cute. That's a cute title. Okay, I said it like cute as if I'm like kind of talking it down. No, that's dope. Longbeards. All right. Ragnaros room. Gotta do that. That'll be awesome. All right, so out here, what do we have? Okay, we are in a skybox room of sorts. Looks like it. Yep. Oh wow. Ooh, that's good. So once again, big use of the altars to help take up space, as well as are those beds? Those are beds. Very creative. Good job with that. Yeah, that's neat. Okay, that's a bit flat. Yeah, that's good. Those are really good uses for like space. This is straight up Ultrac Valley. Right? This definitely has the Ultrac Valley sort of feel to it. Even the shaping is like is done right. So here's the map. There's like kind of the starting. No, okay, not the starting area. That's where we're. That's if we're like doing really bad. I think. No, that's the starting area. So go through here, and then here's like that mid area. There's that. No, actually, we got to go through here, and then we take on that mage lady, right? And then we go here. We go up through here. We try to cap this point here, and then here's where we stop. Forever, right? And then we lose. And the alliance, I forgot where they start. But they go here, and then they like cut across here, and then they just jump over a thing all of a sudden, and then they're inside because they're dirty cheaters. Nice, nice. Oh, the nostalgia. Great rendition, by the way. This is dope. This is hella cool. This whole battle map kind of thing. Oh, that's sick. That is awesome. And even the construction of these things, very convincing. A couple of beds there that's being used. Great renditions of like horde structures as well. Sick. Real, really cool. And these are using just like little trellises. There's doors right there, little wells, and what have you too. Nice. All right. So let's do the climb here. So it's kind of like as if they're like doing war games here, talking about battle plans on how to defend whatever their base is called from the evil horde and all that. Oh, right there. And then there's Snowfall, right? I think that's the Snowfall graveyard that no one wants, because it's a trap. Yeah, never take Snowfall. It's kind of a rule. That's dope. That is very cool. What a neat room. And it's not even really made to be an outdoorsy sort of room. It's just here to they just want to like have the skylight. No, this is the interior. So great construction here. Because we have everything being built all the way up, including like these kind of platforms here, because having something like this here, it's way easier than trying to figure out, okay, so how do we do like walls and all that properly? Nah, screw it. Let's just build something that's into it as if it's like a tower of some sort, and that'll be good enough. And that works out great. So yeah, I think that works out wonderfully. And then in this case, again, we have the branding here. We have the branding plus these whole kinds of like runic shapes. That comes together great. Absolutely great. Yeah, this is a great, great build. Oh, I love this, man. This is awesome. Even like little details. It's like, oh, we had like little studs up there that are just beams and everything. All right. Oh, dude, those Ultrach Valley memories. Swear, dude. So good. And then what's back there? Oh, a curious door or thing. Oh, that might lead us outside. That might be like a uh you know, a way for them to like do edits on the outside. Could be something like that. All right. Oh, this is dope. Awesome, awesome place. And the branding. So good. Yeah, interesting here. I think there was okay. So they just went stripe, 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 going in both directions, and it all comes together. Neat. I mean, there are more expensive things that they could have done here. Like, it would have been a lot if they were to use blank canvases, but I really like what they did here by using these diagonal shapes and whatnot to bring all that together. Awesome. Awesome stuff. All right. So, all right. I want the crew, all of y'all. Choose your spot, whatever you feel like is your favorites. Like I want to see like I want to give a big thanks to like all of you guys who've helped to bring life into this build. And from the feel of it, this is just like a little spattering of what's possible, right? It sounds like this place can get pretty crowded during events and everything. And so it's almost like we're seeing folks come in like, the bar is closed right now. We got like a crew of folks and everything. Uh, yeah, like we got a small crew. But yeah, please take a bow. Um, I really appreciate you guys showing up, and also apologies from yesterday because of the miscommunication and all that. You guys had showed up expecting for the visit to happen, so thanks for showing up again uh, for the actual visit. This is a dope spot. I feel like this is highly representative of like what a guild hall can and should feel like. Having like this place of festivities, this place for dedications to like longtime guildmates or story guildmates and all that stuff. It's a place to celebrate the whole guild, not just like, something that's like around a single person and whatnot. So very, very fun. Very, very fun build. I love the branding up here. This feels like the definitive dwarven spot. Very, very good. 50 to 60 dwarves on Tuesdays. Damn. That's a lot. That's a lot. I'm glad that like, like 9 or 10 of you were able to come out for this presentation. I don't know if you have socials or whatnot, but I hope that you're blasting this like all over the place. This is kind of like what a big part of what I want to do. I want to um, show the WoW community that, for those who have any doubts, no, dude, housing thrives really hard, in this way, in this way, in this way. So like if you're blasting these things on like other channels or again socials and whatnot, and just showing off, check out this event that we have here. This is our all dwarven guild, and we're like doing whatever it is that we're doing. That's awesome. That's awesome. All right. Thank you again, guys. And I think we have like one more thing to go. Yep, we do. Nice. One that'll be as creative as this guild is. It just starts with placing stuff down. Place some stuff down and just keep going. Don't stop. Yeah. That's really the long and short of it. Play with it. It's like Legos. Play, just see what you happen to start putting together and you might be surprised. Rubidius. Oops. There we go. All right. Thank you again, team, for coming out and supporting your guild. Awesome, awesome, awesome. It's the benchmark for all Dwarven builds. It's a great build. Yeah. I've been through a number of Dwarven places, and they're good. They are very, very good. I don't think I've seen one that has been as heavy with like the fence posts and the branding as this one was. You know, it went as far back as, excuse me, it went as far back as to, you know, bring us like 2004 stuff because it's very in character for what dwarf stuff is. So I'm looking forward to when they bring out new stuff. That'll be awesome. Yeah. Okay. So you do have a TikTok, nice. No stupid shopper. I'm very like man. I'm very laissez fit. No, I'm very hands off with that with the shop items. To me, that doesn't. I don't let that take away from the experience. If someone wants, you know, just like with any shop item or whatever, um, if that's what they want, that's their money, right? That's really it. So I'm never gonna judge just because someone happens to use shop items. It doesn't make any build demonstrably better than another. So, like for example, like here we have like the shop skin. It doesn't make a build better, but what it does do is it lets the builder have something that they want. So I'm gonna say, Beans, watch the language because I'll ban for that. You know, we're not here for that. I hope that is clear enough. You know, we're here to bring the positive energy and all that stuff and celebrate what folks bring together. And if you're not here for that, there's the door. So I should do an LFG housing tour this weekend since you showed it off. No, they should. Yeah, it'd be awesome. Okay, so T. Smith is Rubidius. Rubidius. I'm doing my thing. All right. All right, this is Rubidius's place. Rovan founders, and we have they did one of those things. We have a linked build. Oh, that's creative. Okay, so they partnered up with somebody over on that side. Damn. Okay, so okay. Very, very creative of what they did here. So we come in, right, from the main road. Yeah, it is just the one main road that leads to like just these, actually three places. There's a lot over there. So here's like a third, here's like two of the places here. We're gonna explore like the downstairs area first though. Let's start like down here. Set up a porch area as they go in. Heavy on the void particles, which is very cool. But they did this whole bridge setup with the other house here. So very tall setup in this case. And it's serving as a garage. Oh, that's good. They have like their whole garage setup for their wagon stuffs. On the other end, they still managed to get like, you know, some work here. So some fountain works being done and all that. Some greens being laid out. Which I guess works because in this case, because they're using this setup, it lets them cheat a little bit and not use like too much budget. So they have room for more stuff. You know, so they have the room to put some of these items here. But now we're gonna see what they did here with this whole bridge thing, because this is kind of new too. So we come up, and normally we like stop here. there's that other climb up and predictably empty, right? Because it all went to this spot. Oh, how unfortunate. That's right. There's like a fencing thing here. Oh no, ruined. I'm just kidding. But otherwise you would cross over. So at least you can walk over this. And then you cross over to the other build. Notice here, um, it's kind of level, but then we have to climb up to get to the other side of this spot. So either this house is raised, I'm sorry, either this house is lowered or this house is raised. It's like one of those things, right? Neat. Neat setup. Yeah, so let's kind of jump down. And again, see how all these like kind of come together. Yeah, so here's like the shot. So it's getting pretty elaborate. Now in this case, again, it's thanks to them using this style of house that they have like basically a free climb of sorts. They're able to use that, but it helps. Now here, I just want to take a quick glance at the other lots because yeah, here we have it coming in from like the other side, which is kind of what they had to do there. All right. But here it just looks like, okay, they stretched a lot of their budget. They used what they could. And they did manage to add quite a bit. Because again, you have like this kind of porch area here. They managed to add like the stable here as well. And some of them void particles here too. So neat. Neat setup. Well done on that. Well done on that. Now imagine in a few weeks, more budget available. They'll be able to add like 100 more things to do that. Yeah, there's only a few plots that can do that. Haven't seen, I guess that's not really possible to do in Razorwind, which is very unfortunate. It'd be cool to see something like that over in Razorwind because that has a very different vibe. I mean, we would end up seeing kind of similar construction, but I think the other challenge to that too is the houses are big for the horde side, and you're not able to get that kind of that kind of compact build that you can with the alliance houses. They're just too big, and you end up using a lot of budget. So if it is possible with horde stuff, it'll be more feasible in a few weeks when we get more budget. Cool. So as soon as we go in, let me look at the notes really quick. It's a Night Elf Lodge in evening. Okay, there's a Night Elf Lodge somewhere in here. All right. So we come in and we have this sort of haze that we're kind of walking through because we have the glow of that light portal or that light fountain over there. Check out how surrounding this whole spot, a whole bunch of Night Elf shelving. So very strong, maybe not necessarily Night Elf shelving, but more like a Dalaran kind of vibe to it because we have carpets, we have the sigil right up front, and then we have options. There seems to be one secret shelf that way, to the left, and to the right. Which way do we go first? I'm not being told one thing or another, so I'm going to go left, but not before I hit the fidget spinner. So stuff is being well maintained right from here. Always cool. Oh, and immediate outside. All right. Ooh, the construction on this looks great. So this is like a whole lodge that's happening inside this one room. Inside this one skybox room. Great construction work so far. Oh boy, because it looks like we have like big arches on the side. Big shapes really helps to define the spot. We're climbing up platforms, arches, and then big tent up top to give that framing there. So great looming shot that we have here. At the bottom of the spot here, little lake set up here, big fountain. Too bad I don't know if it would help if the fountain was sunken a little bit more to avoid that from sort of getting in the way. It's not really distracting. I just want to point that out there. But otherwise, water's flowing through. over to the other end and just kind of stops there. Cool. And then there's another fountain thing over here too. Okay. It just happens to be there as its own like solitary thing. It might be framed a little bit differently. As soon as we go inside, we might see it from like a different angle. Right over here is, we see the end of the pond and like more of the illusion being set up. Kind of minimal greens, but hey, it's good enough. Because most of our attention is going to be like boom, like right here. This is me being the nitpicky little punk, but let's cross over. Let's cross over. Mailbox right there as we head inside. So we'll enter. I guess we'll enter the inn of sorts. Ooh, and a portal that takes us to like Narnia or something like that. I mean, it's not going to take us anywhere. But in this first floor, okay, so here's the setup that we kind of missed out on first. So I'll sit, and we kind of have a view, but yeah, we have a really nice view of like the sort of outside there with the waterfall. And from this, we can kind of like, let's kind of take a breather for a second. Take in some of like the airiness, some of the smells coming in from like a little bit of food, but we're outside as well, so it's very subtle. We can listen to the sounds of the waterfall, towards our front, a little bit to our right or left if you happen to be sitting on the other side, whichever you prefer. Nice setup. Very, very nice setup. We pop up, we have a place to relax, chill, have some tea, enjoy some conversations and all that. So again, listening to the sounds, enjoying the sights and everything. The green portal is it almost throws me off. It almost feels uncharacteristic compared to the rest of the vibe in this first floor, but that's all right. But I don't think this shouldn't take us anywhere, right? Like there's nothing clickable here. Yeah, just happens to be there. I mean, maybe maybe it's just like an Emerald Dream sort of thing. Yeah. So I'm gonna take that back. I think it's because we're kind of limited to the colors that we're able to use here. I'm gonna say that's a whole Emerald Dream kind of thing. And then we'll be good. I think a way to lighten that up is if they happen to use lights on their own, or if they just use a different portal, or if they if they like cake that thing in greens, like hella greens, then that would have been like, oh, okay, yeah, cool, I get it. That way there's no mistaking it. I mean, there shouldn't be, but I think it would just help someone who might be like, oh, at a glance, oh, okay, that looks kind of different. Wait a minute. You know what I mean? So downstairs is where folks enjoy stuff. Upstairs here, this is where the sausage gets made. Kitchen stuff is over here, which is kind of interesting. But we also have musical stuff happening here as well. So here is a place where folks can either do their own prep work or someone does the prep work and then they serve them stuff. If they want like a proper meal, it's not just for socializing, it's for like the eating of things. But also if they want to hang out, have a seat, play their instruments, or if someone's playing for them, they have a place to chill. Oh, and I like this, how the Sentinel Owl happens to follow up all the way up here to make sure everything's cool. Otherwise, I have a place to like read, hang out, chill. But now we got this climb. A bit of a spiral climb. We have little gaps here, which are very forgivable in this case. And we're climbing into the tent area. So that's what we saw from the outside here. So we climb up. We have an opportunity to look at the stars. Boop. Very cute. Oh, and it's all purpled up here too. Nice. It has this kind of warm ethereal feel to it. Because here we have like the shrouds and all that are given like only like the slightest obscuring of what's inside. So it's very light in here is what I'm getting at. Now, of course, if it's windy, oh man, these things are going to go nuts. But let's pretend these are magic shrouds and they're not affected by the wind. Then we're fine. So it's all good. That's what the Sentinel Owl is for, keep things nice and orderly. But yeah, really cool setup here. very clean in the implementation, and it has that natural feel and vibe of what a Caldorite inn or structure would look like with these sorts of climbs, this sort of vibe, and of course the openness of the whole thing. Yeah, really great. And then out here again is where like the framing, it just goes really hard. You can see it all like come together once we've seen everything, and then we can see like, okay, this is what we got. Really, really good. All right. So that's one wing. And we'll go to the adjacent one next, I think. Or at least we'll peek. Okay, so that's going to take us through a hallway. And then the other end, we have, I think we're going this way next. Cool. So now we have a total contrast. You know, so never mind the time of day, nothing like that. Let's suspend disbelief for a moment. And we come out here into this park area. Very nice. Very warm. No benches. At least not around here. I'm the type who really likes to have benches along, you know, the whole centerpiece kind of fountain sort of thing, because I like being able to sit and then view things on the outside rather than just like have views from here, for example, and then view things on the inside. You know, I like being able to have like that kind of openness and all that. It lets me sort of people watch, you know, and but not really. That's a personal vibe from me. But here we have like the cherry blossoms are doing a lot of the work with setting the ambience here, because there's only so much budget available, and you can see here not too much of the illusion making here. You know, it's very sparse on the greens, unfortunately, but still, it still captures what, you know, what we're trying to see here is like this very open vibe. I just want benches. Personally, I just want some benches. I think that would help out like a ton. Yeah, very, very pretty. Okay, now we're going to go through the mid, because that seems like there's going to be a lot more to look at. The house is pretty full on the budget. So as we go through, you know, we started off with this whole Kirin Tor style library. We mostly continue that vibe. Draconic sconces on the side. We continue with the whole purple theme as we're going through. Extremely lit. You know, even if the lighting was changed, you wouldn't know it, because there are lights just dripping all over the place. We have this cool outdoor area outside. Moon is out, but not in here, dude. It is super lit over on this spot. So now we're invited to go over to a big kitchen and dining area. So I mean, we saw the inn, or the Night Elf Lodge is how they described it. But then here is more like kind of the living space. Okay, that's cool too. That looks like the whole professional. Okay, so we got choices. I think we'll go to the kitchen first. I'm only guessing because we usually run into like kind of dead ends here. And then we can resume the exploration. Great work with this setup, by the way. So what they did here, interesting. So they took this fireplace, they just flipped the dude over, because this is the back of a fireplace. And so they just did that, flatten it up against the wall to give a good backdrop to it. So very easy. I've seen lots of people do different things. I don't know if I've seen very many people use this though. And just so folks know, it's the Old Salts fireplace, and then here's the back of it. So here's the regular front. Very familiar. A lot of folks are used to seeing this, but not a lot of folks know about this right here. It's a very cool way of using like a flat structure if you want to pull off like a certain, you know, look like this. All right. So we keep going through. Note like some of the additional branding that we have here. And again, this is the extension of the fireplace. It's flat, doesn't have any texture to it, but still very convincing. Check out the oven work down here. Some little knobs and whatnot. And right down there, okay, those are just like more shelves. It's all good. Let me close those guys up then. Coffee work being done here. Prep table or serving table right here. Drinks on this end. And notice how the shelf is like slightly pushed in a bit. And we'll process in plenty of wines on the side. Oh, and pizzas. Ooh. We can't not acknowledge pizza setup. Yeah. We get the basic shape, so we're all good. But now let's cross into the dining room. Very grand, very, very spacious. Made to have that sort of like, even though it's not closed up, it's because there's a lot of like empty space here that it ends up kind of like, it in a way, it ends up closing up the space because it feels that empty. So it has a different sort of intimacy to it because you feel, especially if it's just like, in this case, it's just two people, you have that sort of like solitary feeling. Which in a way, not, well, I guess some people find that romantic. For me, not so much. I like being close to my partner if, if we're like just hanging out. All right, so that is the dining room. Let's cross over. Pretty heavy use of the cherry tree, of the cherry blossom trees. And then we have, are these like draconic banners? I forget. These are, yes, they are. Augmentation banners. There we go. Is that their main? Could be. But what else does this room do? So this is actually a secondary front door that's being used here. Here we have a view of the outside. Ah, cool. We have this little outdoor illusion being set up too. So like there's like the Calderai Arch against the moon. Have a little bit of a hilly side out there. That's neat. I like that. I mean, the banners, they help to bring like some additional glow, a little bit of texture to it, aside from the falling cherry blossom leaves. So that's cool. But now the vibe has a somewhat subtle shift. It's subtle, but very noticeable. So now we've gone from this purple to this red. So now we have like this cool contrast of some people will depict this as like a Venthyr vibe. I feel like this is, we're just kind of shifting from Night Elf to Blood Elf in this case. But that's the usual combo that we see whenever we have like these deep Belemeth, when we have these darker woods, or if it was stone, either that, or, one or the other, plus these reds. So it really depends, it really depends on how you want to depict it. And sometimes you need help with other decor to kind of send the right message. So I'm going to say Blood Elf for now. And here in this Blood Elf spot, we're hanging, we're chilling. We got this nice spot to enjoy some drinks. I'm going to presume this is for a bathroom because, hey, sometimes we might drink too much. Nope, just kidding. This happens to be a bedroom. It's kind of funny having a bedroom right next to a sitting area. Sometimes we'll see like, okay, here's the hallway and here's where all the bedrooms are. In some cases, here's the bedroom next to the kitchen. Or it's a walk-through bedroom, which is always kind of funny. I think we saw that earlier today as well. But here we have like all the fixings that we need to just send the message. Yep, bedroom. Nice and bright with the presentation. I like the colors too. This kind of like deeper navy against the kind of like light gold. Yeah, I like that. Comes together really good. Really well, in fact. Grammar. Here in this spot, just a little bit of a hallway and a dead end. We'll see if this like ends up leading into something else. We have some, some empty panels there, which means for potential of new things. Because it looks like they put these together. This is a room that they carved out themselves. You can see like the ceiling here, how they just kind of like put that in. So it's like just kind of this big corner room that they put in. Same thing here and here. So let's see what this takes us. Let's start off with this room. So guest area with different themed guest rooms. Oh, okay. This theme is strong. Ooh. Okay. So what I like about these particular windows is it's a different color light. It's like this sort of pale yellow with a twinge of green light to it. So I hope that other decor that Blizzard comes out with, that they include. Dude, it'd be awesome if not only did they come out with um, windows that have different lights, but imagine this, dudes. Imagine if we can use dyes to change the colors of the lighting effect. That would be freaking awesome. That would be so cool if they were to do that. Because this looks great. I love how this all comes together. We have room, but then things tighten up under the stable here, and so that gnome is just chilling in their thing. They're like, yo, there's like blankets there too, buddy, but not so much. But yeah, it'd be awesome if they were to do like more colors. That'll be amazing. All right, next guest room. The vibe shifts. We go into like this whole purple vibe. Purples, pinks, kind of similar theme to what we saw before. We have another gnome that's okay. So are they the guests? No, perhaps they are the people who like help out. This is the help, which means the person over on this side, they're slacking, right? He's sleeping on the job. This dude's, I'm gonna write him up. I'm gonna send a complaint to the manager. Like, yo, they're not helping out. They're just laying in their own stuff. What if I check in and like I see that dude's just sleeping there? No way am I gonna stay here. Gosh. So sometimes a little discipline needs to be had here. Send them to the lounge and all that. All right. So anyway, okay. So this happened to take us. So I think we've reached the end of this wing. I think we can retreat back. Yeah, because I was a little surprised. At first, I was like, okay, cool, dining room. Awesome. I'm sure this is a dead end. Nope, more rooms. More rooms, more rooms. So I'll pass by the art gallery and the dining spot. And then we'll start jogging through the kitchen area. We get to this spot here. And I came from there. Yeah, I came from there. So now we're going this way to what feels like the profession hall. Very deep on the colors. Dig the theme. And also the lights too. Notice how the lights are, pretty close against the wall. And there's so many different wall shelves that are being used here. It almost feels like they are the walls and things are being sort of sunk in. So I kind of like how I like how all this comes together. So, what are we making? Drinks. What kind of drink? You know what we're making here, dude? Jungle juice is being made right here. Anyone remember that stuff? Anyone who's, oh my God, the gnome is being processed. Oh, snap. Okay, so gnome in a vat, probably being dissolved, green stuff in there. Plus, oh my God, the people in this lodge, they're drinking gnome stuff. Damn. Oh man. So not only, okay, so these dudes are being enslaved in this place. That's the story. Suddenly this got pretty dark. Now all of a sudden, you know what? Maybe this is a Venthyr vibe after all. Oh no. So books on how to cook gnomes, right? We haven't done a story all day today. We're doing a story now. Yo, yeah, I think they're being processed, and either created or being both created and reprocessed into like nutrients for the guests. Damn. Look, they even extracted their anima for like later use. Dude, okay, this is the Venthyr house. Straight up. Sorry. We've gone full vent there at this point. Right through here. Okay, so this actually transitions to another room. So here we have all right, something a bit more humble. You know, we're growing veggies. We got plant life. We got, oh my God. This is the birthing. No, this is the birthing chamber for the gnomes. And they come from eggs. And so they hatch and then they become that dude. So they hatch with beards and hats and everything. My God. The humanity of this. All right. We're seeing more of this dark work happening here in what was the profession hallway, but no, this is where the sausage gets made, and by that I mean gnomes, garden gnomes. So here's where all their research happens too. Crap. They've got so many books. This is the main repository of, you know, all the gnomish processing research that happens here. You know, how to cook them, how to bake them, how to deep fry them and all that stuff. Crazy. What's being made here? The tools to process them. Oh, yeah, this is like a whole self-sustaining factory of sorts, right? Here's the inspiration, earthen, right? They learned about the whole curse of flesh stuff and all that. And then somehow they were able to start manufacturing their own technologies so that they too can play. Dude, whoever runs this place, they think they're the Titans. They're like, oh, yeah, look at us. Look what we can do. Like, I know they did the whole earthen thing, whatever. What did we do? Garden gnomes. And what are we making out of that? Food. Yo, these guys starting small scale, right? They start small scale. Oh, check it out. We have this whole night elf lodge. Stay for as long as you like. It's great, you know? Until you throw them through that green portal. That green portal, it's not the Emerald Dream anymore, dude. Oh, man. It's Legion stuff. Oh, this place is twisted. I was almost fooled. But nope. Not through these careful little beady eyes. Yes, I sense their dark work now. Look at that. This dude's trying to hide. He's like, yo. No, he's not hiding. I think he got processed, and that's like a barrel of blood or something like that. He was drowned in there, and he's trying to break out. So we're just missing like blood over there. And, oh, but they're cleaning. Yeah, okay, they're very good at this. They're very good at trying to hide the truth. Mm-hmm. But they're not really trying to hide it. Like, it's just a shroud. You open the shroud, and here we go. This is where all. Oh man, is this where they like summon them or something like that, or where the processing happens? What have you done to me, dude? You just threw down a couple of gnomes and you just destroyed my entire interpretation of this build. Or that's what you intended the whole time. Ah. So this is how, maybe this is how they initially entered like the gnome area. You know, there was this one build where gnomes were being like captured and processed and all that stuff. This could be like another part for it. Something Gnome Haven or something like that. But this is where the gnomes that didn't make it, this is where they end up. So we go through this processing room, right? And then we enter, oh my God. Okay, it's a sewing machine. What can I say about this? Okay, it's okay. So we have this perception of a whole tailoring outfit. You know, we got machines and all that. Yeah, and it's just enough. You got one gnome there who's pushing the buttons, one gnome there who is like pushing the fabric and all that stuff. And if they get caught or hurt or whatever, they just get knocked off and they grab another one. They'll climb up this bench and like, yo, now you got to do the work. Yeah, and they're making their own clothes, their own little hats and all that stuff too. shoot. Here's a big processor, right? A bigger machine with which to make you know, stuff like this. Hmm. So it's a whole, so like all of it's made in house. You know, no one knows what's going on. Interesting. Interesting. So we climb up. Banners, flags, celebrations of paladins, but now what I'm looking for are anti-gnome propaganda of that sorts. Ooh, can I walk through this? For real? Oh, I am amazed. Wait, was this always a thing? Could we always walk on this? I am... No. Ah, a deception. Haha. I see privacy screens. Very cool. Very cool. I was fooled for a second, but just like the gnomes, nope, you're not gonna fool me for long. So we cross the privacy screens. All right. Wait. Okay. So, sorry. Let me show you guys because I saw it and I'm not. I'm like not even pointing to things. Come on, dude. What are these visits for? So see these little rotating guys over there? That's the privacy screen. So let me, if I can click it, because there are some things in the way here. There it is. So here's the privacy screen. Above the screen is a field, which is approximately this high, right? And it happens on this here too. So think of it as like there's two of them, but you have this invisible barrier that you cannot cross. So from the looks of it, here's the screen, right? And there might be a third bolt somewhere around here that tells us exactly where it is. So if I were to go this far to the right, I'll eventually fall. See, kind of like that. But that's what's happening here. That's what's happening there. Is it a bug? They haven't fixed it when we first saw this. So as soon as Azeroth Interiors was a thing, so this is during early access, I think. This bug was already in there, so I don't think they'll ever fix it. I think they're just gonna like leave it there. It's one of those things where it's like, oh, it's a bug, but we'll leave it alone. It's fine. It's fine. All right. So we cross over into the boss's room, which happens to be a skybox. Oh, happens to be a stairwell room. We seem to have no elevations. Okay. And in their desk, what do they have? Plans, research, and behind here an empty case or an empty cell. Now it could be that a gnome escaped. Yes, we haven't seen them in a bit because they're not stupid. You know, they're not gonna come closer, or maybe they just want to put on airs and they don't want to deceive the public whenever talking with them. Interesting. And then we go through into this spot, trophy stuff, gaming things, treasure, right? And an egg. Oh my god. There might be a special gnome that comes out of that eggy. So of course it's going to be hidden in their vaults, but also in plain sight. I have a feeling that this egg, it looks like the phoenix egg from the bird fight, but it's probably not. They painted that stuff on because it's really a gnome. I know this. That surely is the truth. Otherwise, we have a trophy room. You know, stuff that is old and new, celebrating conquests and all that. And of course, in the mid, enjoy some gaming, some drinks, some smokes. That gnome stuff, though, mighty dark, mighty dark. Neat contrast using this. I don't know what this is called. Like I think they call it a hanger, which I'm like, this is a hanger, but okay. I think clothes hanger, right? Whenever I think hanger. Oh, and then curiously enough, a blacksmithing cauldron right here. And the stuff is green. Oh my god. Okay, no wonder there are no gnomes in here. No wonder the cell is empty. There it is. There it is. God, this dude's a monster. Total monster. All right. We got to backtrack because I'm not sure what else we missed here. What more nomicide is happening in this house? Actually, I think I explored all the rooms, but we'll double check. All right, through the Venthyr Hall and the processing slash evidence destruction. Okay, went through here, over in this spot, kitchen area, awesome. And over in this spot, that's right, skybox room. And then that was the other skybox room with the lodge with a portal that takes us into gnome hell. I'm convinced now, dude. Never that whole Emerald Dream thing. Nice try. Nice try, buddy. That was fun. These were really fun builds. All right. And that makes for all the visits for this week. Nice. Yay, we made it, dudes. Woohoo. Of course, big thanks to everyone who let us visit their place. Much appreciated. These were all awesome. There are little takeaways that we got from like each and every one that we've done. Of course, queue is full as always. And then next week, next week's queue is full. And then we'll see how the queue looks for the following week because I'm not sure if the WoW queue group is gonna get back to me yet. Um, yeah, I'm not sure exactly when they're gonna get back to me, but when they do, it's going to mean that the following week is going to have a very small window of folks to sign up. So, but we ain't done yet. We still have like 23 minutes. That's unusual. Usually, uh, usually I go over on time, but in this case, we did have some smaller builds to explore, which I'm totally cool with. Um, because man, like sometimes I'll go through a build and I'll start to lose track, man. I swear. Like I'll be going through like here's wing number 4 and it's this sprawling thing. And I'll start to forget, honestly. I'll start to be like, oh wait, we're still in the same build. Wow. It's crazy just how much real estate um, we can take up with the room sizes that we have, and also the density too. Especially if there happens to be like a story that ends up coming together from a build. That's what helps to make a visit feel a lot longer because then my brain will start like doing weird stuff. It'll start coming together, and yeah, do weird things. What's going on with Wildkia? Oh, first off is the judging coming tomorrow. I'm going to be a guest judge, but also I'm working with them to do a big group visit. So they're going to take up 1 or 2 stream days um, because they're a big group. And I basically asked them, hey, send me a sample of folks who do a great job of representing what the Wildkia group is. And they're like, sure. So we have a kind of a big list so far, but they still haven't finalized it. I'm just waiting for them to be like, okay, are you good? You good? You good? And then I'll start doing the processing and stuff. I assume I was on the list for next week, and the house I submitted is very quick. You want to knock me out now and let more present next week? No, it's cool. I'll keep it as is. I don't want to rock the boat, because then I'll like open up a spot and then, yeah, it's all good. One of the signups from this Tuesday going to be next week. When are the signups from this? Oh yeah, it's a 1 week turnaround. So I try to strive for that these days. Um, I don't want people waiting for weeks and weeks and weeks like they did before. That kind of sucks. Um, I'm 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 kind of self-conscious about that. Like I don't want people to feel like they gotta sit on their build waiting for like, oh, let me wait for the streamer to go through. I don't really like that feeling. Or I don't want to give people that kind of feeling. Like I want to I want to I want people to look at stuff, you know. And I want people to be able to like move on and make their improvements or do like their tear down. It's like, okay, cool, I'm done with this. Cool, you say it's now immortalized for posterity. I saved the video or something like that. Now I'm going to tear it all down. That was kind of like me, right? You made the Alliance House entirely out of the doghouse. Oh, that's the one that you showed in the channel, right? That looked fun. That looked hella fun. I feel like I want to do something with this. I feel like I want to put like crowns and hair and all that on some of these dudes. Maybe I'll have like one monocle. Yeah, yeah, that'll be the next project. Actually, I'll add that to Project House. I'm still going to make this thing into a giant gun. That's still the intent. But I think I want to do something fun with this since I threw it together and I was pretty happy with how it all came together. I wonder if I can do like a bow tie. It's like boop, big bow tie right there, right under where the door is, because you can kind of see. Okay, there's the front door. And if I can do a bow tie, I'm pretty sure I could do that. Yeah, that'd be kind of fun. Just like stupid decorations on top of these dudes. Maybe I can do like a freaking 90s flat top. So like kind of fans out a little bit. So imagine, hold on. I think I have like some pieces here. I got some greens on me, right? So let me take, it's the, come on. I gotta have some. I don't. Oh, is it this one? No, not the grass patch. It's like the longer wispy looking hay stuff. I guess I did use it somewhere. Well, that's a. Is it this one? No, maybe it is this one. Yeah. Here, hold on. Okay, I actually have to fly up here. So, okay, it was this one. I guess I couldn't tell from far away. So if I just have like a little bit. Oh, then he looks balding. Oh, that'd be so cruel. Balding dude. Oh, he'd be so sad. Oh, you know, the way his skull's shaped too, that wouldn't quite work right. Yeah, I would need to like bring it up there. So at least have like a little bit of a thing there. But I guess I'll put it here. Yeah. Give one a mohawk? I could do that. But it could be like different too. You know, I could have like all sorts of different styles. So like I think I need to be in like steady flight mode to do this stuff. So here, let me get like a tree. Boop. So if I were to do something like this and then let's see how would this like kind of come together. Oh, you know, I could do too. I could do a big old hat. Oh, I wonder if I could do that. Yeah, that'd be kind of fun. Like a chia pet. Dun, dun, doo, 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 dun. Oh, or like googly eyes. A lot of things I could do for googly eyes. Can I do a bottle? Like, would that be good enough? No, those are too small. Yeah, a lot of little things I could do for a for like big bottle eyes. The scale on this is like a lot though. Maybe I can use like paving stones and like just kind of like make like one of those really like close like shaves, something like that. But let me play with the green some more. What if I do dirt stuff? No, not dirt stuff. What about, no, not that. Can't we place out? Oh, wait. Okay, so it's, can I do something with that now? It's like trees are easy. I don't have any pine trees on me, but I would do like a whole bunch of pine trees. Oh yeah, you know, pine trees would be pretty good for like, you know, this kind of like, because they would work as bangs. That might work. Yeah, lots of little lots of little things I could, or I could be like really finely detailed. If I were to take like, you know, my favorite flower and just add like a whole bunch of them up here, I'm pretty sure budget would be fine. I'm only at 50 right now. Yeah, that'd be sick. Two circular runs. Oh yeah. If I wanted to just have like really plain black and white googly eyes. Oh yeah. I should have some decor on me. But I don't think I have a lot of rugs actually. Okay, I got like 20 of them. Okay, so I got some. So if I were to take these, it's going to be a little bit messy because these things are already at kind of an angle. So there's not too much I'd be able to do here, but I gotta like have them like kind of out like that, right? Something like that. Now let's just take those, turn it white. Oh, but it's so not bright. Straw on top of Murloc. Yeah, yeah, something like that. That would be good. Too bad the white doesn't really come out like that. And I can't really do a light here. Yeah. It wouldn't be great for like a stage. So if anything, they would need to be small, but then they would be too small. But let's leave it like that for now. Let me take another one of these guys. And then we'll leave it at that angle for now. So that way these things will just like at least line up. And then I could worry about like the proper angle or whatnot like later. It's not resizing. Great. All right, so that's fine. And then I will okay, wrong. Do it in reverse, buddy. Oh, I don't have any whites on me. Okay, do I have anything close? No. Oh, that's right. I'm on my main. No. Okay, so I don't have any of that stuff on me. Let me check that Murloc hut. So, like this thing here. I'll need to like tilt it some too. And then if I can try to, I want to hide the wooden stuffs. Maybe I can rotate a little bit more this way. Kind of. Okay, so I can probably pull off a straw hat. Right? I could probably pull that off, kind of. Sort of. Okay, it'd be a little straw hat. How about that? Like a little goofy straw hat. Cool. The goofier the better. Or I can use like multiple hats. Or just have it look like a little tiki torch. Not tiki torch. Like one of them festive drink hats. What other bright ideas do I have? What's this? Smoldering energy forge. Oh. Okay, so that happens to be allowed. And that's it. That's the one thing that I can have on here. Really. That is that's interesting. The one thing. Hmm. Oh, what else do we have? Oh, let me check the large structures really quick. Because I know that I'm sure I can use one of the trellises or gazebos as a hat, right? So, hmm. Hmm. Can I do something with that? Here, I'm going to take these out for now. So if I had a smaller head, I would use this as like a helmet. Hold on. Wait. Let's put this thing here since that's the smallest one. And it'd be cool to have like this kind of like full helmet kind of look. Like a football helmet. So check it. I want to tilt this down a little bit more. There we go. There we go, dudes. Yeah. Okay, that's a hat. Oh yeah. Oh, okay. Now here's the moment of truth. So, oh wait, I can't click it. Okay, so that's open, right? And that's closed. Oh, his head super sticks out. That's gross. But okay, open is fine. Open is good though. Open is good. Excellent. Excellent. Yeah. Now, if I were to make it higher, okay. Yeah, if I close it, it's going to revert, right? So if I close it and then go into edit mode, it'll open. Yeah. So maybe I'll raise it. Let's try raising it, and we'll see how it like kind of comes together. So, that doesn't. Okay, it works. But yeah, not quite. I think I like it better when it's open, right? Yeah, so while it's not really interactable, the look on it just looks really good here. Yeah. One head could have a windmill for some animation. Ah, windmill. I'm pretty sure I have like one. So okay, maybe not that one. Kind of a whoop 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 whoop, whoop, you know, that kind of thing. So I'll take this dude. Something yuck 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 or something like that. Cute. Even cooler if I could like a rotate. That'd be sick. Being it with a spinner on top. Oh, okay, let me look at large structures again, or let me look at hats like this. So, all right, that will go for now, because I can only make these so big, you know. Oh my god, it's another helmet. Oh, hold on. Oh yeah. Oh, we're cooking. We are cooking now, dudes. That's fine. Okay. Uh, actually, a little further back. A little higher, maybe. Yes. Oh wait, what's that structure? Oh, that. Oh wait, there's a whole. Oh, wait, is that part of the drape or something like that? No, they're like. Oh, they're like beam things. Oh, I don't want that crap showing up. Oh, but you know what? That's fine. That's fine. You know, for someone who does a lot of observations and, you know, feedback of housing, I'm like the biggest dork when it comes to my own stuff. I'm very unserious. How about that? I'm very unserious about my builds. Oh, okay, that one's a little small too. Okay, give me the real stuff. Where's the helmet? Okay, there's that one. No, where's the real one? You know what I'm talking about. The orc one. The one that is just like comically large. Um, okay, here we go. This is what I'm talking about, baby. The one that's just actually too big. Actually, it can only fit. I think I can only fit it on like the big one. So I'm gonna take the tree away for now. We'll take this beast, and we'll see how it fits on this one. Remember, one of the first things I made, Annie, was a QR code. Oh, like, yo, can I do this? Oh, snaps. Ah. Okay. Yeah, so, like I said, deeply unserious with my housing stuff. Okay, so it's got to go sit that way, I think. So then we'll sink the dude down and then bigger. Um, okay, it's too big. So like, how do I make this work? So if I like rotate a little bit more. Oh god, am I going out the boundary? Son of a butt. Okay, that's not gonna work. It's too big. That's what she said. Yeah. Damn. Curses. Damn it, Blizzard. Why you gotta deny me like this, dude? So it would look something like that. But yeah, the whole stud thing just doesn't work. It gets smaller, yeah. It can definitely get smaller. So now I would like raise it up like that and then probably like back it up just because I want to get rid of like the studs there. But then it's like really small. And then it's like not as cool looking. I think what I would do actually, I'd just get 5 of them. Brilliant. Brilliant. Soul. Just get 5 of them. And then that way you have like one dome up front, right? And then 2 on the side. Boom. Angle them out so that way like the legs they go into the head and then you can hide that stuff. Duh. Duh, Soul. What else we got? What other stupid crap can I think of? Plenty. Hmm. How big does this statue get again? Nah, not that big. Fountain top could be interesting, but no. Oh, there's this hat. Ah, this hat gets really big too. Oh, but then okay, so that looks kind of cool as like a full sort of thing again. But the strings, they just ruin it. You know, we don't. Yeah. You know, actually, it would kind of have. It would sort of have an action effect, right? It's as if there's like wind going through. Otherwise, it kind of covers the head. Oh, but it slants a bit much. It slants a bit too much. Yeah. Yeah, so maybe not that one. Maybe this one would fit better. So like we take it up. Oh, but then we got, okay, there's even more legs on this one. Yeah, that one's going to be even tougher, I think. And it doesn't even get that big. Darn. So it's like, yeah, it barely covers the darn thing. Yeah, that's not going to do it. Maybe I'll just have a whole bunch of windmills sticking out of them or something like that. Wasn't there a was there a bigger version of this? Yeah, there's a bigger version of that, right? Here we go. Something like this. Now this is BC big. All right. So let's take this thing all the way here. So here's a sort of a cap. Okay, that at least fits. It rests okay. There's a Forsaken one. That can be like a cool little skull cap too. But I think we'll get the same difference as the Renderai one. No, I think this football helmet is like the winner for sure. This one just pops really good. Yeah, I dig that one. Perfect size. What is that as big as it gets? Yeah, that's as big as it gets. So it just happened to work out like that. So I feel lucky and proud that things happen to work out there. All right, anyway, it is lunchtime for me. I got like some other stuff going on later today with family stuff and all. Um, I don't expect to have, once again, I don't expect to have a weekly happening this weekend. So the next time you'll probably see me will, apart from videos from around Azeroth, of course, keep an eye on that channel. Next time I see will probably be like Monday, Tuesday, or something like that. So off I go. You guys have a fantastic weekend. Once again, big thanks to everyone who had joined us for today for the visits and to do the visiting. And I'll see you guys for the next thing. Until then, stay safe, stay healthy, and as always,